After the completion of the USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championships, Chris Plies and Vicky Persinger were crowned champs. Now it's time for the men's and women's championships. First up, it's the men, with Team Violette taking on Team Birklid, live from Wausau, Wisconsin on usacurl.org. Welcome, everyone, to the 2021 USA Curling National Championships from Wausau Curling Center in Wausau, Wisconsin. I'm Joe Calabrese, and joining me for draw number 1 of the men's competition is 2020 women's bronze medalist Ariel Traxler and 2012 U.S. Men's National Championship winner Dean Gemmel. Dean and Ariel, we have a great matchup today with Luke Violette coming off a very successful week in mixed doubles curling, taking on the colorful and talented Stephen Birklid.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Joe. Like I said earlier in the mixed doubles, it is a tradition like no other. We are curling in May at a national championship in Wausau, Wisconsin. But, yeah, great matchup coming our way right now. Happy to be joined by Ariel Traxler. Hi, Ariel.
Hello.
And so we've got young Luke Violette. This event, I think, Joe, is a case of some familiar and not so familiar faces to fans of the game. Certainly Luke Violette comes off a stellar junior career, where he won 5 championships, 3 of them playing third for Andrew Stopera, the last one skipping his own team, which is 3/4 of the team he'll take to the ice with today. And Steve Birklid, a Seattle Granite curler, originally from Fairbanks, Alaska, and there's some relation here to my guest commentator Ariel Traxler, isn't there?
Yeah, I've known them my whole entire life.
You've known her because they're cousins, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, all right.
So, Dean, what would you say the key to success is going to be for Luke Violette in this game?
Well, I think, if you look on paper, this should be with the success of this young team, they're probably the favorite in this. But I think one of the big keys is going to be not sort of avoiding big ends, big trouble. Stephen Birklid likes to play an aggressive style of play, and I'm going to guess that Luke Violette is going to try to keep it a little simpler, but we'll see how it goes.
And so, Ariel, you know Stephen pretty well. What would you think his keys to success would be?
I think for him, he's just gonna try not to let things get built up too much here. This is everyone's first game, and much like a lot of the teams, not a lot of people have been playing, so I think I think this won't be his most aggressive game, but, it is Stephen.
So you saw Chris Bond put up the center guard. Violet Stone goes through the back of the house.
Easy!
So John Harstad with his first stone in the 2021 Men's National Championship, one he'll want to forget, but he's got a lot more to throw after it.
Fight the 4. Hard! Hard, Sam, curl it! Hard! Hard!
This is Chris Bond throwing lead stones for Team Birklid in this game. Chris has learned to curl in Rochester, New York, before heading out to Seattle. This is a 5-player team. You may see Eric Quisgard in the lineup as well in other games.
So nice stone there. Come around the center guard right to the button.
Probably would have liked that a fraction higher, but they'll take it right there for now.
T-line. We don't need to go.
And, everyone's just trying to find draw weight, in this first
it's
game.
Close. Let's do it right now.
Get in the groove of things.
It's your rock.
Yeah, there's certainly some advantage here for, I would say, Luke Violette, Ben Richardson, and Chase Sinnott, who all competed in the mixed doubles just prior to this. Now, the ice has been, there was a fresh flood on the ice, and they spent a day working on it, so I would expect it to be not exactly as it was, but some of the conditions will certainly, that they experience in the mixed doubles, they'll probably experience here. So some advantage there.
So second stone there does drift back into the back 12. I'm wondering, Dean, do you think practicing first for Violette may have been a factor in those first 2 stones, going a bit deep?
Room!
I don't think so, really. I think I think we
Whoa,
saw
whoa,
probably,
high,
I'm
leave it
going to
high.
guess as the week goes on, that will be our worst LSD across
leave it
all the
high.
sheets, but as they get used to the ice a bit.
No,
But
just here, just here.
I don't know if there's a big difference between practicing first or second at this level. Stephen Birklid going to try to finish this one, at least get a piece of it buried.
I have half. Sure.
So Ben Richardson and Luke
Got
Violette
it.
both gained spots in the 2021 mixed doubles Olympic trials with their partners, Jenna Burcheski and Aileen Geving. So the success for them. There are trial spots on the line here this week as well, 2 for the men's Olympic trials. The top 2 finishers will gain spots in the Olympic trials. Obviously, that's a big carrot this week for
Hard,
most
hard,
of the
hard.
teams here.
Right out, right out, right out.
Pretty good shot there. Clears out the middle.
I was impressed by Ben.
Win
I've certainly seen him curl, but not
10.
as much as I saw during the mixed doubles. Really a great thrower, able to throw big weight easily. And he's got the classic balanced delivery, shoulder square, and but is really able to throw up weight accurately and easily.
Whoa! Off!
So area looks like we're
Clean.
going to play the hit
Clean.
on the
Yep.
back redstone here.
Hard! Hard! Straight! Straight! Okay.
So over curling a bit, and I think that could be something we'll have to watch to see if, especially Birklid, having not been on the ice on this championship surface so far, we'll have to see if he's able to catch on to the amount of curl quickly. During the mixed doubles nationals, I'd say sheet 2, the one that this feature sheet here for this game, was probably the most challenging. I think all the ice is terrific, but if there was one that was more challenging, it might have been this one.
Okay.
Hits and rolls out. Chance for Birklid to get one under that guard.
Yeah,
Puppy!
they really needed to stay there so that Birklid doesn't have a chance to make this shot. This puts the force back into play. I was speaking to Luke Violette during the mixed doubles. Chase Sinnott new to the team this year, but Chase, another one, he's originally from Boston, grew up playing at Broomstones, but he's moved out to the Twin Cities. So Luke said he practiced with Chase one-on-one more than any teammate he ever has,
Line's
even
good.
though he hasn't played many games with him.
Yep.
This one's curling pretty hard.
This looks awfully tight to the guard.
Hard.
I'd say it's
Whoa,
going to
whoa,
crash.
Whoa, it's fine. It's fine. Just leave it. Yeah.
So quickly advantage shifts here to Violette.
So Ariel, did you curl against your cousins at all in Fairbanks in anything?
I
Mine's gonna be
have
pretty high.
one time.
Yeah.
in
And you
a-
won? You prevailed?
I did win.
Yes,
and
I knew
that's
that.
one of my greatest accomplishments, I think. Growing up, we play them a lot, and of course, I'm way younger, so they're gonna mostly come out on top. And we played in a cash spiel, and we ended up
Mine's
winning the
good.
whole thing. But I'll never forget that game.
Mine's good.
Well, just to make sure that Stephen and Matt Birklid
Mine's good.
are annoyed with me, I'll keep referring to that victory throughout this
Keep it
this
moving.
webcast.
You got it.
Sounds good to me.
Hard. Hard.
Just
Keep
need
it
to
going.
drag this
Hard,
a little
hard,
further.
hard.
The weight is close. They'd love it to have a little more. They're going to tuck probably half of it. It's my
Cool attack.
Does have to be careful about that jam on the back there. I don't know if it would stick around. It might be that yellow at the back might be deep enough that it won't matter. Yes,
this will run
looks
true.
like it would be. You'd have to be fairly unlucky to jam that and leave it back there. Sam Gailey with his second
Whoa.
of the
Whoa,
end.
off. Chris.
It's an early call to make this sweep. So obviously we saw
Hard,
Sam
Chris.
motion that it was a little heavy, and I think
Hard.
Steven sees it being a little wide. They're working it
Hurry.
over though.
Gonna get a piece.
Hey, kid.
And he's going to get a little fortunate just to
Come on.
stick right there.
I don't hate this for right now. Yeah, I don't mind this either. Okay. I kind of like this right now.
Ariel, what would you like here? Would you want to be
Doesn't hurt
playing
us.
this hit, or do you want to try to play a little more aggressively, go for 2?
I think, I would go for the draw, considering you do have the hammer.
I think there are a few things might have factored into this decision, including the fact it's the first end of the Nationals with a team that's
Hard.
actually never played in this event
Right to
together
it, you got
before,
it.
as all 4 of them.
Hard.
So to play a hit here,
Hard, you got
a
it.
little safer
Hard.
call. You'd love that one to stick around.
Sam's not going to get that out.
And that's going to hang around just in the back for a biter.
I don't mind kind of going aggro and going under one of the guards, but I don't hate this.
We're like rolling just about out going under this.
That's what I'm saying. I think we just want to nose. They nose, and then we go under.
10.
Is that an Alaska term for aggressive curling,
yeah, feels
Ariel?
good.
Aggro?
I've never heard
It's
that,
natural,
but
Yeah.
I think that's Steven lingo.
So a couple choices here. You could play this hit. They're going to choose, or you could try to come
10
around one of
seconds.
those guards.
Trying to nose.
So his concern with coming around, probably early in the game, he's worried if he doesn't make it really well, he opens up the opportunity for an easy 2 for Violette in the first end. Certainly a call a lot of players would make, though, would be to come around, but he's going to play the hit here.
Got to be a little careful here, right? You
Whoa.
roll out, leaves Violette a chance to
Whoa.
come around one of those guards.
Off.
Yeah, rolling
Chris.
out is
Chris!
would make him wish he'd played the other call. I think he's close to nose if Chris Bond can work it over.
Sit.
And it rolls right out.
Right under.
Probably first shot of the event. He was a little reluctant to. Let's hear what Luke has to say.
Try to overbear if anything. Yeah. Well, that's good. I don't mind it.
I don't think we're too in the dark here. And even if we miss it, right, they have to come around knock on the new line.
Yeah.
I think I like this.
Okay, I like it. Okay.
So Luke is
I like
going to
that.
play this with the wide in
I was
turn.
gonna say
Something
it's max, but we can carve. Yeah.
he'd love to show him half on that side, even if he doesn't fully bury. The other way, he's feeling like he needs to really fully bury. So I like this call. It's not one most people would play at club level curling, especially would play the more natural turn, which would be the out turn. But I like him playing the in turn. He doesn't have to make it quite as good, to be honest, to make it problematic for Team Birklid.
Line's good. Line's good. Stay close. Line's good. Line's good.
Jay Sinnott
Miss
likes
you.
the line.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, it's John's rock.
John's rock means John
close, bring it
Harstad
in,
is
yep.
in to make it curl.
Hard. Hard, get it
Looks
in.
like it's
Hard.
digging in a little bit here where it
Keep
will
going,
be
you got it.
fresher.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it. Really good sweep.
That line was terrific.
Great line. Probably would have actually over curled
Yeah,
if they'd
that
taken it
should
right
do
to the
pretty
top
well.
4 foot.
I think this is the
The way
line.
these rocks finish, these championship rocks. Some people asked. Actually, let's.
I think so.
So I think we're going to see aggro here.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have a lot of great options. That's a tough rock
Back
to
tee.
remove. I like this call. He could also go around his own yellow.
He's not even full 8. Yeah, half. Back tee.
So coming around everything here.
No, the way these rocks finish, that port is a lot smaller than it looks from this perspective. He actually has to get fairly close to the yellow rock to also get behind the red rock that's in the top of the 8 foot.
Do you need a rub?
Oh, this is real heavy.
Looks heavy. They were talking about a rub at one point, but it's beyond that. This looks like it has some pace. Probably just a little pumped
No
up
shit.
here. Let's see which way Luke plays. He's going to go the same path. Sometimes it's good here to take one broom more, so it's almost exactly the same path, exactly the same weight.
Just a hair.
So first end, a draw for 2 for Luke Violette. Probably exactly as they drew up. They were never really in any serious trouble this end.
Line's good.
Line's good, so we know Luke threw it true to the broom.
Just
Where
has
is
to
it?
touch the 12-foot.
Looks like
Okay.
they're right off this one right now.
You should be okay, yeah. Can you clean it?
Should come down as it starts to slow.
Okay, it's 14-8, you should
As
be
it
fine.
starts to curl,
Good.
the weight will come
Two
off.
red. Awesome.
And there's the first end. Luke Violette takes a 2-0 lead going into the second. And we'll have that for you when we come back right after this.
Two red. Thank you.
Easy. Clean. Yep.
Okay, we are
Hard.
back here, second end. Luke Violette with a 2-0 lead over Stephen Birklid.
Chase, you got it.
Sorry for those audio issues. Got the gremlins we're trying to work out here in the first game of this men's championship. We're back. Joe Calabrese, aerial tracks with Dean Gemmel.
That's fine.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, the first game, a few issues. We're working out a few issues, just like the teams on the ice are. This is not the time for anyone to say they like it better without the commentary, though. But
Yeah, 20.
we'll carry on here and pick up this in the second end. We're looking at Matt Birklid throwing
Clean.
his
3.
first.
Well then. Clean.
Birklid
2.
looking pretty
Little
good
bit early.
here at the moment.
2.
Got shot
Clean.
stone. Looks like he covered up here.
Easy.
2.
Needs to curl now. Needs to curl. Okay, line's good. Line's
Players
good.
on the ice, lots of former
Halfway.
national junior
Short
champions.
halfway.
Luke Violette 5 times, Ben Richardson
Good.
4 times.
Okay.
John Harstad has won 1
I've
national
almost
junior
half.
title. And Sam Gailey won a junior title with Sean Baton in the
Yeah.
past.
Just wanted to let him know.
Dean, I tuned into quite a bit of your mixed doubles commentary.
Oh, you did, Joe?
I
You
did.
were there at home and you decided, you know, maybe I'll listen to this mixed doubles commentary.
Yeah, well, I
Yep.
mean, you're the
Hard.
expert on mixed
Hard.
doubles, right?
Forward.
I,
Yep.
I like to think
Hard.
I was by the end of the week, but it's doubtful.
Would you say that? I mean, mixed doubles certainly seemed like it was a young person's game. Like it definitely felt like the young talent here kind of had the advantage when it came to mixed doubles.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a more, active game. You're up and down the ice a lot.
two,
It's
three.
certainly
2.5.
the pace is different. It also might just help if you've played it a little bit more, and most of the younger curlers have probably played it a bit more than some of our veteran players. So, yeah, I think there's an advantage. I think we'll see younger players playing it more often. I think one of the things that's interesting is it could be a
Line's
gateway
nice.
to a
Line's
better
nice.
traditional team as well. If you're not
It's gonna
you're
need
not
to
part
curl.
of one of
No,
the better
line's good.
men's teams or women's teams, you could have a good mixed doubles result and perhaps get some
Clean to
attention
stop.
for your own game that way. So we'll see if that
No
develops
finish.
going
No
forward.
finish.
So looking to replace this guard.
Oh boy.
Ariel, how would you describe your playing style compared to your cousin here, Stephen Birklid?
Oh, we're much more conservative, I would say. Just not as very much not as
get to
aggressive
know.
as him.
Okay. And I don't want to
I
have to get
definitely
to know.
like playing the first
We can
end.
just
The
feel it.
first
Yeah.
few ends very clear and
Just want to let him know.
not
Sure.
a lot of rocks in play.
Well, you could always tell him that you've done that and you finished 3rd at a Nationals, which he has not done yet. So, of course, when I
Land.
played,
Yep.
I liked playing a
Whoa.
more aggressive
Land.
style at front end, especially
Land.
just because I found it more interesting.
Good throw, Chase.
And
He's humming.
6-second peel was probably not my best shot either. So,
So Stephen going to replace that guard again.
yeah, so Stephen Birklid here trying to make Luke Violette waste a few shots. He's lying one. He's going to keep protecting this. A lot of times in club
Line's
curling
nice.
play, we might see someone just split the rings
Clean.
here.
Good
But
clean.
at this level, splitting the rings, it's a long way to go. And
Doesn't need to
expecting
curl.
Team Violette to not make a double is probably wishful
Just
thinking.
clean.
Does not need to curl.
Just
Does
clean.
not need to curl. Okay,
Oh boy.
perfect.
Each one of these guards seems
not
like it's
too
getting a
risky
little
to
bit
try
better.
getting it over
Although
the
that one
top,
did
right?
peek out a little
No.
bit now.
Of course, it peeked out the right side
Yeah, 'cause
because
you never stick 'em both.
it just
No.
jammed straight onto the
Just
red.
outside nose.
As
The
long
yellow
as I
goes
throw
onto
it
the
hard.
red.
I guess we have to get our red right. I'm assuming it's going to be a little straight.
I agree.
So Luke Violette is going to play the run back. He's trying to run and
Right, run
split
this
the
over the
yellow
top.
out. Really his best shot, I think, here. Of course, he will leave, if he makes this, he will leave another guard for Birklid to use. He's hopeful maybe that it goes to a spot that it's not as helpful a guard as this one has been.
Whoa! 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 Roll it.
Needs to come up.
Okay.
Needed to come up another 1.5 inches probably to make that shot. He makes the
Throwing the
peel,
guard again?
however, so
Yeah.
let's hear what Stephen
Maybe.
Birklid thinks.
Like if they go like right here, But even then, it'll be like wide
think he ever
open.
does it.
Probably jams. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So
Like I don't really like this.
I don't either.
I
Hate
don't
it.
like this.
Yep. There's no good place to draw to. So.
So I believe they're playing another guard. Is that the call?
I think that's what they decided on.
I don't. At this point in the end, with I think Luke Violette only 1 to go, I think I would probably elect to split the rings there.
I would have to
Does this
agree
look
with
good?
you.
Really small.
It looks to me like that double, the way the red and the angle and the yellow and the red, it's going to be tough to make a double without a jam.
So you would want to put one maybe over here?
Yeah, or as long as it's shot rock, probably space them about as far as you can, as long as it's second shot.
You can go early if you need to.
So I
It's
wouldn't
gonna
be
overcurl, if
surprised
anything.
in this scenario to see Luke Violette try to
Whoa.
wrap his own
Whoa.
around this guard.
Halfway's good.
Whoa, whoa!
Yep. Well,
I need this one to
Whoa.
stop curling.
little bit. Whoa.
I mean, the other thing for Luke Violette to consider, he takes another run at the run back, and he could end up jamming it and giving him 3. So let's hear what he says.
Try to like come here. That's not there. That's
Yeah.
not there. Say it's out of the same shot.
You could try it with like back line.
I could. I don't know if I really picture it getting there though. But you know, even if I like get it to here and I sit in front, it's not
Yeah.
too terrible. I'd say it's either that or I try the same run, but I have to kind of hum it to kill them both,
Yeah.
right?
I think I'd prefer.
You have
back
any?
line.
Okay. Okay.
Do you like that back line?
Yep. Think here.
Yeah, that should be
It'll,
close.
actually, it's gonna curl. I'll soften it up just a touch.
Okay.
So I like the conversation here. They're actually going to throw back line. They think they might be able to move it just far enough to be shot
Back
or
line,
line
gotta
even
get
2.
this to nose. I think it's up to speed here, so I think a 4-0 should be. Actually, that's more than back line. I think it's like an 0-5.
Probably, yeah.
Even a 10.
So very quick ice from those numbers, those interval numbers, 4, 405.
Might need to sweep this a lot here.
Luke also said he's going to soften it up a bit, which means he's going to use a slightly softer release with a bit less rotation.
Close.
Pretty
Line's
good
good.
example of it right there.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
That means it's curling early.
Hard. 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 You got it. Hard. 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 Ah, okay.
Oh,
Good sweep.
just feathered the guard.
Really nice weight on that too.
Really liked a lot of things about it. I like the fact that he tried the softer release. A lot of players don't like to alter their release, but he really wanted to make sure he got it going. Might have got it going a little too much, of course, but I think on this kind of ice, if you can do that consistently, it's certainly an advantage. But now, Stephen Birklid has a free draw for 2. Just needs full 8-foot.
I feel like I want to throw like a 20-25 with a little bump. Okay, yeah, we'll get you there.
Both teams using slightly different interval times. You hear Luke Violette talking about a
think you're all
backline to hog split and also a hog to
Line's
hog
good.
time.
All you.
And then it sounds like Stephen
All you.
Birklid is using a full
You guys.
length
Line's
of the
perfect
ice
to button.
time.
It's full 8. 15.
15, that would be hog to hog. They think 15 is pretty close to T-line.
It's pretty good. Birklid answers Violette with 2 of his own here in the second end. Going to be knotted up at 2 when we come back for the third right after this. And we're back here, third in. Violette and Birklid knotted up at 2. Sorry again, we had a little trouble with our audio. We're back though with some aggressiveness by Birklid out of the gate here in the third end. Put up the center guard.
Well done.
I'll give you a quick recap here is Violette on their last one went around the corner guard, fully buried.
High as you can make it.
There was some discussion among Team
High as you can
Birklid
make
whether
it.
to chase that, but they elected to
Just
throw
over.
this high guard,
Gotta get it over.
create a
You're
double
good,
guard
you're good, you're good,
situation,
you're good.
2 centers.
Nice, buddy.
I was like confident the whole way, and then at the end I got over. Yeah.
Which actually ends up more as to an almost corner. That
I'd like to just peel this.
I don't like
sends it
peeling it
towards
into
them.
that one. I'm
Huh?
not a fan of peeling it into that.
I know, right?
That's what I was
Do we ever
thinking.
do the outturn draw?
We could. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
Okay.
First instinct.
Yeah, I like that. It's a hair further on than what we need for the dropout.
Yes.
So a couple options here. They looked at peeling this tight centerline guard. They were concerned they'd have to
About
peel it
6
with
feet
the
slower, I
intern,
think,
and
right here though, right?
pretty good chance there
We
of
haven't
hitting it
thrown
into
this
one of
yet,
their own
yeah.
reds. They've elected to go with this outturn draw through this fairly narrow port. Certainly manageable though.
07.
This is what you
Should be
get
close.
with a
Whoa.
Birklid game. There. You get a lot of
Whoa.
rocks.
Stop
in play.
it. Whoa, curl, curl.
Weight's good. Gotta go a bit.
As a fan of
Got it,
that,
curl.
I'm glad he's on the ice here. This needs to curl to get off that guard.
It's all there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
As soon as I described the port as somewhat generous, Ben Richardson failed
Think we're
to
just
navigate
fine.
the port.
I think so.
Top 4.
All right, we're going to send it over to Price Atkinson for our first price check of the afternoon. Price, take it away.
Yeah, over here with one of the most unique,
10.
eccentric, fun, flamboyant members of USA Curling on the men's side especially, Philip Tilker. Philip,
No line.
over here scouting some rocks for
Four.
Team Ruinen.
Room.
Normally the
Four.
lead for your team.
Line's
Had some
good.
off-season shoulder surgery. How's the rehab? How's everything going?
Yeah, it's coming along good. Yeah, they've
Line's
had
perfect.
the surgery in December. Been cleared back of the gym,
Keep
doing
going.
whatever I want,
going.
subject to kind of now building up strength and
Keep going.
yeah, looking forward to get back on the ice. Been throwing some stones with the guys, but they've been
can still-
practicing all year together, so it made complete sense with the Olympic trial spots on the line that
higher
they
side
should be
of
the main four, and I'm here to support them in any way I can.
Now, obviously, we've all been going through the COVID pandemic. You from the Seattle area. What have you and your family, your wife, your son Jackson, how have you guys, kind of gotten through this whole thing just to keep your sanity at home?
Yeah, well, I'm going through grade 3 again with my son, helping him navigate the online learning. That's been definitely a challenge, I'm sure, that everyone has experienced. But, we've a lot more family time. I know my wife and son have enjoyed me being around more than a few days, every other week. And so, yeah, it's been good.
All right, now let's peel the layers back a little bit. You're one of the premier karaoke singers in this building, and you had one of the, for lack of a better way to put it, one of the most viral videos that went out when you guys were overseas, in China last year, I believe it was, and
We'll just be
you were
behind
at the
the
awards
team.
banquet. Bon Jovi is a personal favorite of yours.
It is.
It's My Life. Can you at least give us maybe the first line? Sing it for everybody at home right now. We've got plenty of space. We've got plenty of time. The mic is yours.
This is dangerous.
You never met danger, Philip.
I got to remember the words now.
All right, so I think then maybe we might have to come back to him at the price check to start the 7th in since he's over here scouting rocks. I'm going to give you a little bit of time.
I'll check out the lyrics because I don't want to disappoint my fans.
All right, well, we will get your fans, give them what they want here a little bit later. All right, Dean, Ariel, back over to you guys.
Thank you, Price. I'm not entirely sure
It's going to be you, Chris. Go.
Phil Tilker's family is
Well,
thrilled
we
he's
don't- we just
around
wanna be
more,
here.
but nonetheless he is, except for this week. So in this,
Okay.
to bring you quickly up to speed here,
That's
both
good.
teams trying this outturn draw, Ariel, around these
I think we
corner
gotta try to
guards
get here.
with,
Okay.
as you can see by the stack there, sort of middling success. But now there's one, Team Birklid has one just behind the tee line. I think sort of going this wide is fooling them a little bit. What do you think, Ariel?
Yeah, once you get out really far onto the edges, it gets a little bit tricky. The line can be a little trickier to read, and definitely the ice is a little bit sticky out there.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Certainly seems like that's
Line's
what's been
good.
going on
Hard.
this end, is that they're
Yep.
underestimating
Hard.
the throw and the rocks are just dying on them.
Gotta
Line's
go.
good.
Chase Sinnott has good
Hard
line
man.
if he has enough to get there.
Keep it moving. You got it.
I don't think it's going to get there. I don't
Just
think
bite,
they've
just
got
bite,
it, but
just
it's
bite.
going to be.
You're good, you're good.
Now they don't want to fully bear it because they'd like it to be in a position they might be able to use it. So there's the situation. Now Steve Birklid is going to utilize his center guard. Get one wrapped around to the top of the
Full
forefoot.
8 is better than top button.
Okay.
I don't even mind short of the rings.
Be close.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of short of the rings, but I can understand the logic.
Don't want to be deep here.
You don't want to be deep. It's also a shot you need to make right here. You need to make this, and you need to make it pretty good. And if you do, you are really going to put the pressure, I think, on Luke Violette. Sam Gailey.
Line's nice. Line's nice.
Line's nice.
Easy.
Violette has the hammer in this
Easy.
end after giving up a score of
Okay,
2
go then.
in the last
You
end
can go.
to
Line's
Team Birklid.
perfect. Line's perfect.
This line.
Line's perfect. Hard, bite the 8 foot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Perfect shot. Atta boy.
It's a great rock, right where you'd like it. Now,
Right here.
Luke Violette is
Probably
Just
hit
a
the
hair high and
looking
nose.
at opening it up
Okay.
with run backs.
You like the out?
Yeah.
There's lots to run back here.
Good shot.
No, I'm saying it's hard for him to do this and get shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
he can't get shot.
Well, no, he can do this.
Yeah, he can make that one. But even if he does, that goes away and we can get it. Or we could play. What if we? Yeah, I like coming in on
Yeah,
this.
I like coming in.
Okay.
Even if we just like get to edge on edge with this, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just so
I'm
viewers at
thinking-
home know,
I'm
the
thinking
women's
edge of
draw is
rock,
not,
10 seconds.
as you might have guessed, correct,
Okay.
but we'll get that resolved.
We talked about the guard. It's kind of tough. I think so.
So he has elected to play this hit.
10 seconds.
I think he'd love to roll half a rock under.
Does that stick feel good to you guys? Yeah. My pro side's going to be a little heavy.
Yeah, making this completely go away and rolling out wouldn't be too bad.
No, he's thinking his miss.
Whoa.
If anything, he's going to be a little solid with the weight.
Oh!
It looks a little solid as it passes me here on the side of the sheet.
Wow.
And this is trouble.
Okay. Ha! That's so lucky.
Kind of good.
Oh, man. Look at that stagger now.
He laughed and said that's so lucky. You'll often hear players apologize at this level,
Well, I guess
but
I
he
have
did
that.
acknowledge it was lucky.
You have that, or you might be able to get to this.
That's the thing
Either
about
of them's
Steven
pretty
is
good.
he's
I'd say
He's
the back
always
one's pretty tough to get
pretty
to. I
positive
think
here.
so.
feel like I think the control's good.
I like control a lot.
We've seen this spot right here. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's straighter than last time.
Yeah.
Put it down. Control.
So Luke
Hair
is going to
more.
hit
That's good.
I think this is
almost
good.
about as much of that rock as he can see from the hack for this angle run.
It's like a third, right?
Yeah, yeah. A little solid third.
Solid third, thin half.
Should be nice and straight. You guys should be able to hold this.
Big shot here.
I thought normal.
Whoa!
Heavy!
Whoa! Close!
Girl.
Brushers
Whoa.
call out heavy. Now
Ben.
they're calling to have Ben Richardson try to
Whoa,
work
John.
this ruck
Ben,
over.
Ben, Ben,
Now it's
Ben,
back.
Ben. No! Hard!
A little bit of indecision.
Okay.
Right over the top.
Yeah, they switched from curl to not curl pretty quickly there in terms of who should be brushing it.
Same thing.
And in the end, they hit it too thin. It was almost hard to hit it
He has
too
the
thin.
run triple, but
We could even draw.
I kind of like him to play the run triple.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
I
ever
don't-
going to play the run triple.
Nose isn't bad either.
Yeah, I don't. Nose is pretty
Even
bad.
like this is the
Right.
worst. I mean, nose doesn't make the like in-off even
What's that?
any easier.
It's reasonably easy for one.
So quickly take a look at those other scores.
That's pretty
Dropping
good.
up 3-0 on
And we
Birklid.
can't really hurt ourselves, right?
Running up 3-0 on Burr. And I'm in person. We're
Yeah.
up 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's either
Riley
this
Benson
or we.
up 3-1 on Corbett.
I
Whatever
will
you
say
like.
Rich Runin does not have last rock
just
in this
played
end,
this.
but he has
Okay.
Todd Burr in a world of hurt
You
over
like
there
10?
in sheet 5.
Yeah.
I believe he's
I think
line
same ISO, just throw
4,
it better, yeah?
stacked behind the center line, although looks like Todd will have a draw to the forefoot to try to secure his one, but he's drawing against 4 right now.
Okay.
Now
That weight was a
they
little
said
up, you
here
think?
that if they nose, they don't make the in-off any easier. I actually think
Go
they
for the 10,
do.
I won't out it. We'll be close.
I agree.
It'll be 1 rock higher.
You know, and they're leaving Luke the whole button to draw to also.
Yeah. I don't think
Whoa,
Luke Violette
close.
was ever going to entertain
Whoa.
the run triple.
Close.
No.
I think maybe they lost track
Whoa.
of how many stones were
Chris.
left.
Chris. Or just nose. That's fine.
So Luke has the intern here.
You got
Needs
it.
full forefoot. It's a shot you're expected to make at this level. And salvage an end that where Team Birklid really carried the day throughout.
Okay, what are we thinking
This
here?
is Todd's
16,
hammer
right?
coming in on sheet 5.
Drawing against 4, and he looks light and maybe a
I
hair
think that's a
fraction
25-30
tight.
out of me. I was throwing
That
them
for
all week
people who
last
don't know, that's former NFL player Jared Allen brushing.
I guess what is Ben? What
Folks
do you,
at
what
home
is
could
Ben
note
throw?
that he stopped brushing.
Okay, really? Okay. I'll give you 15, 20.
People who think curling is not a physical activity.
I had a chance to curl with Jared a couple of years back in the media game.
Decent ad.
Those
Mine's
brooms
good.
look like toothpicks. to
Always
him.
straight.
They're just, they don't look like the appropriate tool
Always
for
bends.
the job.
He's
Mine's
a big
good.
man. Here
Little
comes Luke
tight.
Violette drawing. He needs full forefoot
You got it. Full
to
four.
salvage 1 here in this
Hard
third
line.
end.
Keep it moving. You got it. Hard.
They're working it hard.
You guys got
Harstad
it. You got
and
it. Keep it
Richardson
going. Yep.
brushing it hard. See if
Hard.
it fudges
Come on.
in a bit
Keep
here
it
at
going.
the
You
end.
got it.
Got it.
Hard.
Go.
Hard.
Hard, boys.
Push,
Come
go,
on.
go,
Go. You
go.
got it. Go.
Hard,
Benny,
hard,
go.
hard, hard,
Hard.
hard,
Hard.
hard,
Hard.
Good sweep.
Ooh.
Wow. Full credit to the brushers for making it that close. I think it's 2 yellow.
No, they're not going to measure. It's going to be 2 yellow.
2 yellow by an inch.
So we're going to go to break here. Going to the 4th end. Birklid steals 2, up 4-2 on Violette. Violette will have the hammer when we come back after this.
Interested in purchasing curling-themed gear? In addition to t-shirts and sweatshirts, USA Curling is offering replicas of the USA Curling Team Truck, custom belt buckles, and more. Go to usacurl.org and click on the Shop tab to learn more.
And we're back here, fourth end, USA Curling National Championships. First men's draw here.
I like it.
Stephen Birklid with a 4-2 lead over Luke Violette.
A little bit of room.
Violette's playing those red rocks and has
Yeah, I
hand.
don't
Yeah,
want
he
to.
kind of outed that one, I think.
I'll just give a quick update here since
Man, I'd like
we
you
were
to go.
showing Todd Burr's draw against 4. He counted out
Yeah, keep
one
going.
of the Ruinen Rocks,
think
but
they're ever
not
gonna hit it.
3
Oh.
others. So the score in
Yeah.
that game is now Rich Ruinen 6, Todd Burr 0.
Good.
Love it.
We're back here now. Team Violette has some work to do to get back in this game against Team Birklid. Not exactly the end they drew up, the last one. And Luke Violette awfully close in his draw, but he left it about 2 inches from scoring. And instead gave up 2.
2.
So they play the fourth end with a 4-2 deficit,
Yeah, it's got a curl
holding
mile.
last rock. John Harstad's
leave
going
it
to open with a
semi-high
corner
here.
guard here.
We're halfway.
Not much deeper than that.
Okay, we're already there. We're
Okay,
already
whoa.
there. Okay, that's good.
Stephen Birklid will elect to play the double guard the tight guard with a higher one.
Even up 2, he plays
Yeah,
aggressively.
I got 35.
Yeah, he could look at some other calls here, but I don't mind this. There's a part of me that thinks if that's how
I
you're
like
going to
it.
play, you may as well stick
2.
with it. May have dodged a bit of a bullet a couple times in the last end, but
2 and yeah.
1.5, 2.
do you
2,
review games
2.
at all with your cousin Steven, Ariel? Or do you just
I-
tend to ignore them?
I tend to ignore them.
Good.
Okay.
Sometimes we talk about strategy, but oftentimes we
Nice check.
do not.
Got it?
Oftentimes there's other things to talk about with Steven and Matt than curling strategy.
Yes.
Who could imagine? Here in the bubble, I'll tell you, there's not much else to talk about. Your life gets pretty restricted. How have you found life in the bubble so far?
7.
It's been good, you know, since we haven't really gotten
Drop
to
12.
get together as a team. It's
Room
nice to
right.
actually,
Curl.
you know, see each other.
close.
So we
Hard
just
curl.
catching up
Top
right
4.
now, seeing how
All the way
life
back. Need
is.
to go deep.
Most of the girls are in school,
Don't need to go for weight.
just got out of school.
Yep.
2 of our girls graduating high school this year, so we're exciting for everybody.
Example of some of the young teams we'll see on the women's side.
Kind of want to guard again.
There's a bit of a changing of the guard, so to speak. Some younger teams playing. Like as Joe mentioned earlier, we saw a lot of younger players in the mixed doubles nationals. We'll see a lot of younger players this week. A couple of other quick updates over on sheet 7. It is now 3-1. Riley Fenson over Derek Corbett, who's in skipping because his brother Brandon is not here.
Yeah, I talked to
It's
him
on.
earlier today, and he had indicated to me he's going to be throwing third stones
what
and
happens.
skipping this week.
Yeah, you can't really do much.
And in the matchup between Dunham and
Yeah, maybe a little
Persinger,
bit.
it's 3-1 Dunham, or 3-2 Dunham playing the fourth end. Persinger carries hammer. And in Dropkin
Okay,
Brundage,
that's
it is
actually
all
not the
tied up at
worst.
3-3.
Yeah.
Brundage scoring a
I'm
3 in
pretty
the
sure
third
this
end to
goes
tie
over
things
top.
up
I think we
against
play
Corey
with
Dropkin.
softer weight. Just like normal or firm and roll here.
Okay.
Might stick them all.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go normal.
So Luke
Got
Violette
it.
hoping to remove some center line guards and having a remain with a corner guard. That's what he's asking Ben Richardson to do.
Wayne, oh.
9.
Wayne.
9.
Yep.
Hard.
You know, all this offense, Ariel, sort of forces Violette to play some defense, huh? He's had to clear out some stuff out front.
Yeah, there seems to be lots of things getting up in the front, and it gets harder and harder to work with.
So they don't get the action on
Yeah,
the
not
yellow
too
guards
much
that they were
more.
hoping,
Maybe,
and their red
yeah,
remains
10.
as a center line guard. Birklid is going to try to get behind that pile of center line stones, and he will be asking his second and brother Matt to do that.
Room.
It's going to be light. We're only
Okay.
3.
Line's
This is the
okay.
kind of
Line's
setup that
okay.
Steven salivates over.
Yep.
Gotta go for weight.
Loves all
Hard.
those guards out front.
Hard.
Work hard.
Keep going.
I think he's going to have another one.
I think he's another crash on the frontier. Now we'll see what Luke Violette does. Does he continue to try to deal with those center line guards, or does he go all in here?
All the guards.
At this point, I think you Still
What do
need
you
to
like?
try to clear the center.
It looks like it.
Could try to kill a couple of these, but I don't know that we need to. Could just be here.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, let them play with the hole. Just come top 8 here.
I'm with Luke Violette here. I think at this point you go all
pass should
in.
be okay now.
There's certainly an opportunity to manufacture a 3.
Yeah, I think 15's max.
And I don't think you'll do enough work playing on those center guards.
There's almost too many stones out front, right?
Right.
25.
As good a peeler as Ben Richardson is, I think this is the call I like. Don't seem to love the weight. They're saying halfway, which means a 2 guard. Might be slightly better than that, but both teams struggling to find draw weight early.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Just another opportunity for Steven.
Full 4.
It's starting to feel like the first one in here
that feel?
is going to
Yeah.
be in terrific shape, but so
I
far
think this will hang for a while.
neither team is able to sink one.
Should let people know that coming up in our 5th end break is going to be Madison Bear and
Roof!
Allison Howell.
Line's good.
Madison
it's
Bear
not
just
bad.
finished
Yeah,
runner-up
this is
in the
wrong.
USA Mixed Doubles Nationals,
Hard!
playing with Andra Stopera, who you'll see later this week on
Hard!
Team Ruinen.
Jeez.
And Allison Howell will be playing with her
Yep,
in
keep
this
going.
event. Both
Keep
teams
going.
really struggling with draw weight here. Somebody's got to.
Okay, that's fine.
Somebody has to elect to throw it harder than they think they need to.
I mean, we can almost get rid of all of them, but at this point, I think this is better.
Yeah, I think so. We kind of already committed to that. Right.
I'm here in the booth with
Oh, this might be
Ariel
a touch
Traxler,
forward.
skip of
think
Team
25 for me?
Traxler, finished 3rd at the 2020 Women's Nationals, the last time we had this event. Just outside of Spokane, I guess, last time, correct?
Yep, at the Eastern Washington University.
Seems like a lot longer than a year ago, doesn't it?
I definitely
Yes,
get
Year and
it
a bit.
does.
Close line. Yep.
If you want to reach us here in the booth,
Line's
maybe
good.
ask
Line's
Ariel
good.
or Dean a question, you can use the
Line's
hashtag
great.
AskTSN
Keep it moving. Just top 8. Keep it going.
or tweet at us at 12th End Sports.
Forward.
I guess this is a good time for me to inform you, Joe, that I
Keep
won't be
dragging it.
taking
Yes,
questions.
yes. Forward.
This could be good if they get it in for second shot. I think they did.
Perfect.
I said they could ask questions. I didn't say you'd have to answer them.
No, I love questions. So finally, we have a
Half.
Sam Gailey indicating he
You can
sees
get
half
it.
of
It's
this
pretty
rock.
tight. The other thing we can do is this. And then this comes on here and this goes right back here.
Stephen Birklid looking at the Minnesota
I don't
Fats
mind
play
trying
here.
it. If it looks good to you.
It's a lot of granite
Okay.
to move.
I think it's a heavy board.
Okay.
If they're hitting the red first,
Where am I
technically this
hitting
is a quadruple raise.
2/3.
Okay.
And try to
Once
knock
it
one into there and winds up with this one going back
I have a little more.
into the house.
2/3 of the red, they think it will hit that high yellow that's in just barely in the 12-foot and spin this into a good opportunity. Yes, it might be the double drag effect here. We might see that.
Yeah!
I don't even know if I have time to explain the double drag effect, nor do I understand
Really
it.
hard!
Let's see what happens here. He's tight to the yellow guard. He's going to make
Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Stephen Birklid relentlessly positive
On both sides.
with an I don't hate it.
Well, he's got 17 guards
Yeah.
out front somehow.
No, I don't. I think he
Just gotta
can. This
get
could be
one in
easier.
there.
Personally, if I'm Stephen Birklid, I hate that.
I prefer
so
that
I'm
one,
going to say
yeah.
that right now. But he still has an opportunity to get out of this end for sure.
This is definitely here.
Yeah, you really have to be careful with
We
shots
held that
coming
the whole
off
time. We
the
couldn't curl the
center line. They tend to curl a lot more.
Yeah, that seemed to catch them a little off guard with how much it moved.
Yeah.
So now Chase Sinnott, who's known as a good draw player, trying to make this draw.
Well, that's a kiss of death.
I
Still had an ad.
I
Still had an
know.
ad. It's always curled.
Doesn't want to be light
Always
here.
drawn. Always drawn.
Okay,
said he
Ben, hard.
added quite a bit. Now the line. I think
Hard,
now
buddy,
Luke
go.
is thinking about just straight
curl.
back.
Hard. Hard.
They're gonna have to move this one a little bit more. It's almost edge to edge, but I think there's still an opportunity for that shot.
What do you got?
A little hit and roll action.
So it's early in the week here, and I think both teams are struggling a little bit to figure out the ice and weight.
Just through? Yeah, just back line. Yeah, I feel like this is close. Yeah, I like that.
So Stephen Birklid suggested back line. Matt Birklid would like it one rock more than back line from what I saw in the indication there.
It's back line.
I think back line will do it. I think there's he can remove this rock
Just
or push
through.
it back and roll under.
It feels like it's
Yeah,
not quite
backline's
as
a
fast as earlier.
good weight. With how reactive these rocks are, you can get a nice roll with backline.
The roll is
Like,
more
just
important,
enough
far more important than removing the red stone. Needs to get under that. If he gets under there, it's in jail. If he gets under all those center line guards.
Yep.
Whoa!
Yep. Yep.
Tight to the guard. They're sweeping hard to get it by.
Whoa.
They need to paper it. They can't get. They don't want to oversweep it.
No, no, no. Yes.
Matt, hard!
Matt,
Oh.
roll it, roll it, roll it.
That's a great
Really
shot.
nice shot.
Get out of there.
And they did remove the other red.
It's either that or the yellows.
Let's hear what Luke has to work himself out of this.
It's really hard.
It's really thin off our own.
You can come inside out.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
And you can roll up.
think,
Even, that's fine.
I think it's going to curl. I have no idea what it's going to do.
If we know outside in better, you can throw it and just play for thin.
I think. Yeah, we do. We know. Wait. Well, actually, I don't know. I mean, let's go normal. Okay.
So Luke is going to play off his own, essentially a double off his own. You can hear him discussing the ice, and he's clearly struggling with figuring out where the broom should go.
Yeah, I got to come off our own.
Thing that happens with that is you struggle to throw the rock with conviction, so it sort of mounts, right, Ariel?
Yes, yeah.
Quarter.
Quarter of his own rock, he thinks he sticks on that yellow. Might even be able to roll up would be the best result. Tough shot.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa!
Close.
Close. Whoa!
Whoa, clean. Whoa!
Ben! Hard, Ben!
Trying to work it over for a little more
Hard.
than they have of it right now.
Good.
And lead the shot.
Hard, John, yeah. Okay.
Enough to remove it, so well executed.
It's that one.
Worst way to hit that would have been too thick.
Yeah, even roll like here, they can't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of wait.
I like that kind of 10-ish.
Okay.
We just got to be careful about the jam.
Yeah, I mean, jam, we're rolling buried.
Okay.
It's a good point by
I don't
Sam
mind a little
Galen.
less weight even.
Yeah, like
Board?
10-5, 11?
11?
So 11 is the time that the rock takes to travel between the two hog lines.
11, yeah.
I think Stephen Birklid equates that with what most of us would consider board weight. Talked about the jam, but I think Sam Gailey's right. The roll is the most important thing here.
Absolutely.
Yep. Whoa.
It's close. Whoa.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Off and on, so you know it's close.
Yes.
Now they're on it.
Yes!
Now they're on it. Now they're trying to hold it. It could really finish really hard here.
Yes.
Whoa.
Never stop. No roll. Good shot.
So two great shots by Stephen Birklid when he needed rolls. He got them.
Another
It's
good
tough.
thing about those down shot weights is if you do start curling a lot and do get a big roll, you're not rolling out.
Correct. Luke Violette looks at the situation and has decided to draw. He needs another draw. He needs to put this on the tee line, get enough of the forefoot to count one. I think that's the right call. You don't want to go down 5-2 this early. Scoring here is important.
4 foot. Yeah.
This is one as a brusher, you really have to just not worry about the line and just try to brush it for the tee line.
Okay.
Should come up enough to get enough of the forefoot.
Line's good.
I think it's there. Yeah, right off.
Okay,
right
that's
off,
fine.
right off.
Out of his hand, they fear it's a bit heavy.
All you. Line's great.
That's heavy, boys.
They're dusting
Okay,
it, maybe
line's good.
perhaps hopefully. From my perspective here, it looks a tiny bit heavy.
Sit.
I don't think that's going to stop in time.
Okay. One yellow.
So Stephen Birklid picks up another steal here in the fourth end. He's going to take a 3-point lead into the fifth when we come back after this. And we're back here,
Wait.
fifth end. Stephen Birklid, 5-2 lead. Played the center guard again, Dean. I mean, just endless aggression here from Stephen.
How deep?
Yeah, I think a lot of teams might have gone
One,
top four at this
one and
point,
a
try to
half.
get through the midpoint of the game, but maybe Steven thinks, I think he might sense that Team Violette is struggling a bit, so why not pour on some pressure? Couple updates from other sheets. Corey Dropkin took a 4 in the fourth end to go up 7-3 on against Jed Brundage. Todd Burrs down 6-1 to Rich Roonan. Derek Corbett is down 4-1
Yep, keep
to
going.
Riley Fenson, and Persinger Dunham is knotted up at 3.
high.
Interesting thing,
Whoa,
Team
whoa,
Persinger, we
whoa,
weren't
whoa,
exactly
whoa.
sure how they'd line up. This is a team of experienced players, lots of talent that really hasn't played together, and they may be sorting it out this week as they go. But right now, Craig Brown is throwing lead rocks and calling the game. I'm going to guess that's the first time he's ever done that.
Surf.
Yeah, that lineup is loaded with all sorts of experience and talent.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they come together in this pandemic year when you didn't really get much opportunity to play. I know I was talking to Craig before, and he said he thought he'd thrown about 120 rocks so far this year, so he hasn't been able to get on the ice much.
Ariel, your team has sort of been in the same boat, haven't had a chance really to get together all that much. What do you do to prepare for something like this when you're in this situation?
You know, since we're a new team, we did a lot of Zoom calls, because we're spread out all over.
What weight do you feel like?
We got to get a little bit more
Okay, I was thinking less, but
comfort with each other that way, just by
I like 11.
getting to know each other, and it's nice to finally
How much?
meet everyone
11.
in person. And we had those scrimmages that some of us were able to make, so we had a little bit of ice time, just not much.
Interestingly, Ariel, I think
10.
some teams might get along better with only Zoom calls, especially on the men's side. Maybe not this week,
I
but
was wondering if Craig had heard of Zoom.
Yep.
I wasn't sure.
Yes!
oh, I think Craig has.
Hard! Hard, no roll.
Sit.
Team Violette
okay.
is really scrambling.
10-6.
They are struggling, and this is, as a young team like this, probably a good exercise. They have to learn how to grind through a game. They're down. They probably don't have their A game right now. Have to learn how to grind through it and stay close enough that you have a chance to win. They really need to score this end.
Yeah, if you could score 2 here, it's a brand new game.
They'd love to go to the break with a deuce, but it's absolutely imperative they don't give up another steal.
Wade's close,
Win.
little up.
Whoa. Win.
Close.
Whoa. Chase.
Calling for Chase to work the rock over a little bit.
Hard. Good act. Hard.
Looks like it's
Hard,
going
move
to
it, John.
end up nose. It might go a
Okay, good.
fraction under, but not much.
Just through. Nose is fine.
How much?
Just through weight.
So Stephen Birklid thinks he can see enough of this rock. Sam
I have
Gale,
edge on edge.
Okay?
edge on edge, he definitely can.
How's
all
this
the
look
room
to
in the
you?
world.
Yeah, the way the ice moves, you
tight.
could even roll under with edge on edge, considering the position of the guard. Sam Gailey with his first of the end.
Nope.
Close.
Chris. Clean. Hard. Whoa, clean. Hard, Chris. Hard.
Chris,
hard.
Chris.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Working
Attaboy.
it over. He rolls slightly under, probably taking away any opportunity for Violette to roll under. And as I thought, Luke has elected to ignore that one at this point. With last rock, down 3. Doesn't see any value in chasing that stone. He's going to ask Chase Sinnott to play the draw around this stack of centerline guards.
Yeah.
The only problem for Team Birklid with rolling like they did is if it's probably not going to be available to them for a short run back. That rock that Sam Gailey just
a little
threw.
bit of that.
Line's close. Line's good.
If
Just a little
Team
ad.
Violet
Whoa.
makes this good, you might see them just freeze.
Got room.
Yeah, I think they'll be probably
Ben, yep.
forced to do that.
Ben, yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, it's by it.
Nah, we're kidding.
Whoa. Got a quick question here for Ariel. Who's your favorite teammate from last season that you aren't playing with this season? Seems like a loaded question, Ariel.
It really does.
I think you should just name someone else besides.
You know,
Didn't feel
I'd
like
have
it,
to
at
say
least. I could've been, but-
Grayland Cousins. I really miss having him around.
So Graylin Cousin has lived this father and was your coach, correct?
Correct, yes.
I don't know if a coach counts as a teammate, though, Ariel. I think you have to
You know, he's
spill
around
some
us
tea
just
and
as
name
much.
somebody else.
Oh, I guess my default is E then.
Line's perfect.
So,
Line's really good.
Team Violette, we just saw Chase
Like
Sinnott
perfect.
put his draw through
Just
the rings.
top
Another
button.
opportunity
All
for
you.
Team Birklid to really
Go
put some
then.
pressure on here. Sam Gailey's last. They'd love
Hurry.
to get this
Right to
at
it.
least top of the
Right to
4-foot.
stop. Right to stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Perfect. Pistol.
There was a piece of grip.
And as this game has gone on, Luke Violette staring at these rocks. They have been facing pressure all game, just about.
Just be
every
right
end.
here. Yeah. Unless you let, it's kind of late to double peel.
If
Yeah.
you don't make it, it's not great though. I think I prefer the freeze.
Boy, this one's got to be pretty much perfect.
Really does, to have any chance to score in this end even. Big shot here for Chase Sinnott. Fifth end. Team Violette down 3.
Less add. Line's good.
So he's
Line's
trying to
good.
recalibrate from putting his last draw through the rings.
Hard then.
Line's good.
Line's
Already
good,
got
but
it. Top
is it
4.
light?
Keep it moving. Keep it straight. Yep. Hard. All
Line's
the way.
pretty
Come
good.
on.
They're brushing hard for weight
Big
here.
sweep. Hard. Big sweep. Yep. Go, go, go.
Keep it going. Hard.
Okay.
Will end up as second shot.
I think so. Okay. It's about here. Okay.
I'm going to guess
Hard to
that
be too wide on this, right?
Do we want like
Just a guard here,
this?
right?
I think we want
that's what I
dead
would
nut in the
assume.
hole. Probably
Yeah.
here. I think we want this high.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe even with the red one.
Yeah. A lot of these spots are okay.
Yeah.
I'd agree with Steven that it
Right
doesn't
in the
have to
hole,
be
even
too
with the
tight
I
to
think
the
we
rings.
want like just past this. Cause. No, I think you're right.
They may be overthinking this guard just a hair here. But guards are challenging on
Honestly, just
championship
over.
ice because the rocks finish so hard with the curl. It's really almost like drawing the button to get it in the exact spot you want.
Seems like you have to throw guards kind of extra wide and finish them where they need to be.
Yeah, you want to make sure you put
Okay.
plenty of rotation on. Often
Line's
we
good.
see people throw them
Line's
soft
really
because
good.
they're
Line's
trying to
good.
throw it light. You always want to be
Line's good.
finishing a guard with brushing versus
Just
hoping
clean.
it stops.
Just clean. Yeah. Yeah, like here, hair higher is good. Okay.
I think it might be a bit
Yeah.
pretty close to where they drew it up. Let's hear what Luke has for ideas to get himself out of this.
I think it's going to be straight again.
Okay. Like solid 3/4.
Right? Yeah. I think so. Hey, if we get it off the other one, we might still, we're going to open up our 4 rock, right? So we're going to still have a chance.
So Luke Violette playing an angle run back.
I mean, it's like a third to a half. Half.
Almost has to put it through this channel.
Control.
Control.
I think if he hits it thin, he hits the top of the red stone aerial, and then that probably a better line into the yellow one that's
What do you
currently counting.
Oh, control. Yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
haven't used 1, 2, 3 in a week. Clean? Yep. Whoa.
Looks like
Close.
about
Yep.
normal hit
Yes.
rate.
Hard. 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 You got it.
Trying
hard.
to hold it. Trying to
Hard,
push it
hard,
out there.
hard, hard, hard.
Okay.
Luke Violette giving up on it, wanting to at least do something better with the other red guard.
Insane.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
A little more ice.
Yeah. Edge, basically.
Looks like they're going to replace the guard.
Yeah, I mean now if they don't replace the guard, Luke Violette could play on the red that's closer to the rings. Would be an easier.
Pretty tough to be too
Run.
wide on this, so don't worry. Like, you know, if the weight's close, you can clean early. Right. Exactly.
Think about the only way you don't want to miss this
And
is
honestly,
be a
even
little
if you
bit
come through,
heavy.
like, tap it in it.
End up loading it for Luke Violette on some sort of angle. This can be pretty high guard and be effective.
Yeah, you definitely want lots of separation to make that run a little bit harder.
Whoa, then.
I think Luke Violette would
Just
love an
tick the
open
red
hit
one.
at this point in the game.
Whoa, whoa.
No. Yeah, we're not ticking it. Where?
Yep. Yes.
Yes!
Be careful about over. I think at this point they're going to try to maybe.
They were trying to drag it all the way around.
Just
but
about does
that
it.
nudge was pretty good.
Yeah, they sort of got caught in between, but it's certainly difficult now. I don't even know if Luke can hit enough of it.
It's too much of a boost, but
I mean, if he hits it really, really thin, it goes over to the top, just directly into the yellow. I don't know if he can hit enough of this red rock, but he thinks he can, I guess.
it's possible.
For sure. Yeah, it's there for 2.
So Sam and Steven think this shot is there for 2. Big. This will be a big momentum change. If the Team Violet makes this, they're going to go into the break with a buzz. If they don't, they're going to have to regroup.
If you want to get a stick it for 2. Yeah.
He's close. He's fucking close.
Here we go. He is close. He's got to get tight to that guard. Oh, he does. And he
Shot, Luke.
makes the shot, I believe, for 2. I believe it's awfully close.
Yeah,
yes.
it's definitely 2.
So a
2 for
huge
Violette.
shot there for Luke Violette.
So Violette picks up 2 here. It's going to take a 1-point deficit into the 6th end. We're going to have that 5th end break with Price Atkinson, Madison Bear, and Allison Howell when we come back after this. Okay, as we get ready for the second half of our feature matchup between Violette and Birklid, we are going to send it over to our man Price Atkinson with our fifth end break.
This is the name of the game, and our guests today have a lot of patience, hanging out, excited just to get away, I think, from the hotel over there. We've got certainly Allison Howell and Madison Bear from Team Bear at Bear Down Curl on Twitter. Ladies, thanks for coming in to do our fifth and break interview.
Thank you for having us. It's exciting to be here.
All right, before we get to it, COVID, we've all gone through it. As athletes, high-performance athletes, at the highest level of your sport, how do you go from, I get throwing rocks in scrimmages, I get practice games and stuff like that, but how do you go, and everybody here I know has the same in your blood?
I do golf a little bit. I can't say I'm very good or anything, but I definitely kind of drive myself. I think, you finally have a good shot once in a while. It keeps you coming back.
Yeah.
So that's part of that. I think we've talked a lot. We've done some book clubs as a team to kind of keep us together and just try to push each other.
What kind of books? Is it like motivational books, or has it been like, just books for fun?
Yeah, we did. We read some James Gordon.
James Gordon, I think. Yeah. John Gordon.
John Gordon.
It was really good. There's some really awesome ones. If you haven't read The Energy Bus,
Okay.
it's a good one. But just trying to stay in touch. Do what we can through Zoom.
All right, Allison, you're from the Cleveland area,
Right.
now living in Milwaukee, but you told me something that your dad helped build the Mayfield Curling Club in the Cleveland area.
Right. So shout out to my dad.
Yep.
Definitely.
Hey, Dad.
Put a lot of work and sweat into the Mayfield Curling Club.
Yep.
Very proud of him for that. Looks great. Excited
Beautiful.
for it to run up next season too.
Yep. Gorgeous brand new club. Maddie, you're from Wisconsin here originally. You're now living in Fargo. What's that move been like for you?
Oh, it's exciting. There's a lot of curlers there. A lot of
Y'all had
competitive
ice
ones
too, which has been awesome.
I know. And then you see a bunch of them out there playing at the men's right now, and a handful in the women's too. So it's just exciting. There's a lot of competitive curlers. I'm having fun doing school up there too, so it's enjoyable.
Yep, you're in grad school, and you guys are also involved in some off-ice, community activities with the Forgotten Star Brewery. It was an event you guys did, helping some of the school district, and then Youth in Action. Kids, mind, body, soul, working with kids. Tell us about some of the things and why you guys really enjoy getting involved in stuff off the ice in the community.
Yeah, I can kind of start with the Forgotten Star Brewery. That was an awesome little event. You could curl outside, actually, and I will be 100% honest, we got our butts kicked.
Yeah, first game,
there were some great teams there, actually, that knew what they were doing right away. We were so impressed with them. It was awesome. They raised a good amount of money for the Fridley School District, and we just had some fun there.
Yeah. Allie, what about the Youth in Action?
Yeah, so that was a great experience. We really talked with a bunch of high schoolers and talked about how much important nutrition and the mental side of just everyday life, and going through COVID, everything's just been kind of up for grabs. So I think it was really important to talk to high schoolers at such a vulnerable time in their life. So yeah,
absolutely. All right, y'all's first game is going to be tomorrow morning against Team Strauss, 8 a.m. We'll have you on the web stream for the first time at 8 a.m. on Thursday against Team Traxler. But before we get out of here, one last question. We're coming out of this pandemic. What is going to be the first vacation, or maybe your first big vacation? We got summer that's going to be upon us. You got to get one good one in before the season's going to be here, before we know it. What is it? Where is it going to be for each of you guys?
It's really funny you ask that because we've been just trying to plan things in our heads all the time as a team, actually. And we've been joking about trying to, do like a little below deck kind of joking story and things like that. I don't know what my first one's going to be. Somewhere warm, hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope so too. I'll probably go up to our lake house, so that'll be a nice getaway.
All right. Well, ladies, thanks for coming in, spending a few minutes with us, letting the web stream viewers, get to know Allie Howell and Madison Bear. Thank you, guys. All right. We'll send it back over to Dean, Ariel, Joe for the second half of Team Violette versus Team Birklid.
Thank you, Price. We're back here at sixth end action. Luke Violette made a huge shot to keep his team within striking distance, but they are struggling here as well. Birklid was lying 3 just before that shot, 1 behind the corner guard. It's a tight one, but Ben Richardson missed the short run back, and that opened the door for
So nice.
Birklid to lie 3.
Yeah, this house is looking very much good for Birklid here.
Yeah, it's obviously looks really good for at least a 2, and without any doubles, a 3. Not a lot of wiggle room here for Luke Violette and his team to get themselves out of this.
Yep.
How much risk do you think Luke's going to be willing to take here if this
Can't clean
sort of stays status quo here?
Well, I think he is entering this end probably feeling pretty fortunate to only be down
almost
1,
don't mind trying
considering how
this.
the first half of this game
If you
went.
catch that one, it's okay. If you get this, that's better.
As long as we catch one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just killing this
I
is
like this
good.
call. They could,
Peel. Right here.
There's no double in the back. Right. Well, wait, sorry, here. Peel?
Peel, yep.
I think he'd love to get out of this with a force. Of course.
Maybe light.
Line's good. Top 4 depth.
Comes Sam Gailey with his first in the end. He's hoping to just find the rings here in a place that won't leave a double.
Hard, guys.
Line's great. Get it there.
Hurry. The split's
Line's
okay.
great.
Split's okay. Easy.
Stephen Birklid throwing out an old school hurry there, Ariel.
Yeah.
Don't hear a lot of hurries anymore.
I think I tend to say hurry.
You do?
I
All
do.
right, I'll look for that next as the women's play gets
Probably
underway.
just this. This is, yeah, it's not
I
there.
kind of just say it all. I don't even know
Control.
what I say anymore.
So Luke doesn't see an obvious double, so he's thinking 2 shots ahead here. If he can roll to a place that gives him an opportunity for a double on his next one. Chase Sinnett's last shot of the end.
Clean. Whoa. Close. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yeah. Curl. Straight. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. No roll. That works.
So at least they have it in a place where Stephen Birklid's options for a roll are slightly less.
Okay.
They're hoping they get some shot at a double. In a perfect world, they'd hope for a jam.
Dean, it used to be that if you heard like sweep and off, you were close. Now it seems to be straight and curl.
Yeah, it's people are trying to make rocks curl with the brushes and keeping them straight. So straight curl makes a lot of sense. Probably made more sense than when we started with directional sweeping. We were calling out names. Straight and curl is intuitively easier. It's a very nice shot by Sam Gailey there.
I can make this now.
Try it?
I kind of think I do try it. That's the only way we're getting out of it.
Yeah, even if you just roll here.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
And actually, I like this spot a lot. This is going to be pretty true to last week, so I think it's probably like half a rock to get it. 2/3.
I think 2/3.
So Luke is lining up the big crosshouse double. I like this call. He could hit a little thick and get it. He could hit a little thin and get the one that's
here.
further back. And as Chase Sinnott said, even if he rolls over there,
outturn
it's in a difficult it's in a difficult position, and that
I didn't really
Stephen
say
Birklid will have to deal with it.
that.
Big key here is to get your rock over in that direction.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa! Yep,
Whoa.
yep!
Back one, yep.
I was playing thin for the back.
Okay.
Through the hole. Full credit here to Team Birklid for putting their rocks in places that made doubles difficult. It's easy to get a little sloppy in their situation and end up putting a rock in a place where a double becomes easier.
Like that kind of takes away all the doubles. Okay. Like this is really flat, this is really flat.
In between them?
Yeah, I mean, even if we end up like here, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, I like it. I think it's
yeah, let's try to get
I
just
definitely
inside
think
edge,
I
try to
like
get
being
back
in
four.
the back
Okay.
quadrant.
Like here?
That does make
I think that's close.
the doubles a little bit trickier because
We're
they
going
would be
for
so
back
flat.
four.
Yeah, I
Back four
think
depth.
if they're there, any double's really hard. You could even go even deeper, I imagine, and I don't think Luke Violette will be tempted to freeze here.
I mean, really all that matters is it touches the rings.
Stephen Birklid with his first shot of the sixth then, hoping to draw to lie 3, and needs to put it in a place where doubles are difficult. They haven't laid a brush to it yet. Ooh, that sounds like an early call of too heavy.
I've yet to see two sweepers less interested in a stone than these two.
Yeah, they were not thrilled with that out of his hand.
Good play the hit and roll.
Unfortunate turn. Let's see what Luke thinks of these two.
Like we're going to be here. Like they're having him throw a shot he's made. Let's just make the double.
Okay.
Half rock?
Yeah,
I think it's going to fade a little bit.
I agree.
So Luke is going to play the half rock / double. He thinks it's going to fade, which means he thinks it's going to fall a little bit towards the sideboards here as it comes down the
I think we
ice.
just play the slash. If we roll on top, they've played that tap and lie a few times already this end. Yeah.
Stephen Birklid is going to have to rebound from putting that one through. His team played an excellent end in front of him. And that miss
playing
has
for a little fade here.
meant that they could end up with a blank here.
Hard.
Close. Yep. Hard.
Hard!
Hard. You got it.
Hard! Whoa, whoa.
And there it is, the / double. And with 2 shots, 1 miss, 1 make, we are down to a blank end. Stephen Birklid will move this through.
So take a look at this replay. Perfectly struck.
I watched Luke Violette play on this sheet, struggle on this sheet in the mixed doubles, and I think he did learn that spot pretty well, though, and it served him well on that shot. All right.
So Birklid puts this one through here, blanking the end here in the 6th. He's going to retain the hammer and a 1-point lead over Luke Violette and his team when we come back right after this.
I don't think there's really one moment that starts a comeback. We have the ability to overcome anything as long as we're surrounded by the right people.
I need a good group of people to trust, to work on my body.
I'll be back and I'll be stronger than ever.
I go, who are you? He goes, I'm the guy that's going to save your life.
Comebacks imply returning to where you once were. I want to go where I've never been.
And we're back here.
A little tight, but I don't know.
2.
The line's good.
You might want to go 3 here.
Yeah, go 3.
Go ahead, then.
Right here.
Violette down 1.
It's pretty close.
Steven
Line's
Birklid
bending.
is going to play the center guard.
You should stop.
17.
Where Luke Violette's going to play the center guard.
Yeah.
Luke Violette with a couple big shots for his team. They've all struggled a bit here.
Except that isn't a center guard.
No.
10.
So Steven Birklid is going to play a hit on that rock since it drifted into the rings. A few updates from other sheets. Rich Ruinen's up 7-2 on Todd Burr, and over there, those are teams with 5-man rotations. Phil Tilker is in for Croy Nernberger in the game, and John Benton is in for Jason Smith.
Does that mean we're not going to get Tilker singing somewhere in the second half of the game?
Yeah, fortunately I asked Rich at the break to put Tilker in so we wouldn't have to endure that. So Tilker won't be singing.
You can throw the same for this one.
It's all tied up. Persinger and Dunham over on sheet 6, tied up with Persinger holding the hammer, playing the 6th end. Corbett is down 6-2 to Riley Fenson. And Corey Dropkin is up 9-4 on Jed Brundage.
2-3. That's fine.
Don't need to go. There. It's good. It's good. Sun's on.
So Steven did a pretty good job there keeping his own stone out as a guard.
Yeah, he wanted to roll, keep a corner guard.
It's crazy. That was a half second more.
Yeah.
And
This
then
one's drifting in too.
This one has drifted in as well, opening. It's another opportunity for Steven Birklid to roll for another corner guard.
10.
So 2 untimely misses from John Harstad. Of course, all we remember with leads as a long-time lead, all you remember are the misses.
Yep. Whoa. Okay. Yep. Hurry.
This rock's curling too much, I think.
Ariel, you have thrown lead, at least you did last year, and I think you're planning to do it again this year.
I am, yeah, and
just a couple feet
we
in front
are
of
a
these
5-person team as well this year, so we plan
Which
on
way you like?
switching it up a bit, seeing what works best for us, since we haven't gotten to play very much.
I kind of like the idea of your lead being the skip because you have nobody to blame but yourself if you drift in.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nobody to glare at. There's no skip ready to glare at. It's just your other teammates.
Okay, curl. I got a curl. 2.
I spoke to Joe Polo off the ice here, and he's going to rest for both games of Corey Dropkins today. They're another 5-man rotation, but Joe was just at the World Mixed Doubles, just returned yesterday, I believe, so he is going to readjust to the time zones and before he gets back into the game.
Should mention that we have a second game that's going to be at 8 p.m. Central tonight. That's Dunham versus Riley Fenson. Now that will be the only 2 games, this game and that game at 8 p.m. tonight. And then tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, we have games, 4 game days, starting at 8 a.m. Central and concluding with an 8 p.m. Central game each night.
So we go 8, 12, 4, and 8, I believe, right?
Yes.
Central?
And I highly recommend everyone tune into that 8 a.m. game.
Somebody's got an interested party here, so Ariel is going to be taking on Kim Rhyme
Need a piece.
at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning on the website.
Straight. Hard.
So shaping up as an advantage Birklid here in this end right now. There is one center line, one red center line guard, but Birklid just splits a tight guard to lie 2 here, one behind his own corner guard, his own tight corner guard.
We can play this. I don't mind that because if they ever come around, we have that.
Man, that rock being so deep into the 12-foot, I'm not so crazy about this hit and roll. But I think you got to be a little defensive here, right?
Well, I think he's thinking that if he can hit and roll even behind the tee, it's not bad. He has a short run on the red if they get one behind.
Hard! 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 Hard!
Could be too thin. See how far it rolls.
Come on.
Okay.
Urging it to sit down.
Good throw.
Good throw. That's fine.
Had to give it a chance to make the roll. You know, sometimes when you throw a rock, there's a conservative way to miss it. I think Ben Richardson really wanted that roll.
I don't mind that.
So being second shot rock, they don't have to chase here.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna peel off this center guard.
They might even. I don't think they really want to rearrange those other two.
Whoa. Sam.
That means it's got
Hard,
some
buddy.
curling to do. He doesn't want to hit it too thin.
Good.
Ooh, just over the top.
Yeah. I mean, he could have chipped that in, but it would only be for third shot and would expose that other rock.
It's a good throw.
I think you try to draw right next to this.
Okay.
So if they peel it this way, they kill their other one.
Okay.
So bite the 12.
And while that double looks fairly routine for Team Violette, I think it would jam onto their own red. That's why they're reluctant to play that.
Yeah. You think this pass is just as fast?
So they're going to try to draw right next to the yellow.
I do like their thinking here, that they need Steven to make a shot that helps them at some point. You put a little pressure on him.
That's where we want
Make
it.
this peel not quite so
Only
easy.
if you need to.
You know, throughout this contest, it certainly felt like Team
Girl,
Violette
girl.
is scrambling just to sort of
John,
keep this
drop.
close, right? Hoping they can
Right here.
start to dial in their own
All right,
game
John.
in time.
Right here.
And
Looks
just
close.
keeping it
7
close.
Got it. That
Hard.
should be perfect. Just one of you. Just one of you. It's
Definitely
close.
struggle
Keep
with their
going.
draw weight, and
Whoa,
that's kind of
whoa,
put him
whoa,
in
whoa.
some bad situations.
Whoa.
It's pretty much what he was hoping for here. Maybe a little deeper than he was hoping.
It'll be interesting to see if Steven Birklid makes a play on that, or
Feels
just
like we hit and roll to Matt's side.
Hit and roll under.
I don't know. You could hit and roll to the wide side.
Think we're trying this?
Yeah.
You can jam. It's just unlikely.
I think the jam would be unlucky, especially to jam and leave it as a shot rock would be
Think
unlikely.
like 9.
I say that, of course, it will directly do that, I'm sure now, but I like this call.
Yeah, if you were to hit and spill both those stones, it wouldn't be the end of the world. There's not really a danger rock for them.
No, up 5-4. I think the out for Luke Violette will be coming around
Close.
those yellows since
Whoa.
they're slightly staggered.
Whoa. Yep, straight.
Why?
Hard.
Call for straight, which was answered by Sam Gailey with a Y. And now I think we may see Luke Violette. Well, he's going to play
You
that
like
hit.
drawing?
Sure.
And inside of that, we can make the triple right now and blank. But that
Does that
kind of
not
sucks.
jam?
What?
Does that jam?
No, like we can hit this here and get them all.
Okay.
But, because if we draw and they ever make this, it's over. Oh, I guess if you're back 4, we still have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, come back 4.
Okay.
So after that discussion, they've decided to draw. Not seeing enough positive results from hitting that, and I would agree that a blank in 7 here is not ideal for them either. They want to avoid a blank. Big shot here, Chase Sinnott.
Yeah, by drawing here, you're pretty much taking the blank out of play,
Line's close.
and you're giving yourself
Line's
a chance
good.
to steal.
Line's good.
As long as they're fully buried, they can be behind the tee line here.
All right,
They
then.
just need to be
Keep it
really
You'll
moving.
carry
buried.
it. You guys got it.
So
All right,
they might
boys.
want to switch who's
All
inside.
right, you got it.
Hard. Keep it moving. You got it. Hard. Yes. Hard.
Going for weight now,
Hard.
hoping to.
Good sweep, guys.
They are shot rock. Yeah, Steven Birklid does have these short run backs available to him.
I'd like to do this.
Is that what you like, Ariel? You like this call?
Think the weight's the same.
It looks like you'd have enough of that to hit and roll to the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now with that rock, they're probably more
It's
worried
about
about the jam.
3/4,
But yeah, it
7/8.
looks like they could hit and roll
Okay.
open. If they,
So this is something that, I think these things that Steven
Yep,
looks at
yep,
are
yep.
interesting, and
Really
maybe
hard.
not textbook or simple. He's always kind of looking to see if this baby hits and rolls under those guards.
I like the call, but you really wanted to stick that. Now you're giving Luke Violette this shot that he's just seen.
I think straight the whole way.
Yeah, I like the line.
Yours curls more than mine.
It doesn't have to be top 4. If he's back 4 and buried, he's getting out of the end.
His pass is like lightning fast.
Just heard
Okay,
Chase say that
I still
path
like
is
back
pretty
4.
quick, so
Right that way,
let's
right
see
that
where
way,
this
yeah,
ends
you know.
up.
So the key here is line. They really need to
I figure
get.
the same ice is good because you guys held it straight the whole time, right? So, is that a 30 out of me? Is it that quick? Okay. Let's go 25. Yep. Yeah, I'll make sure the ad's nice.
Talking about having a slow slide, positive add, adding a bit on the release. I think last time they needed to switch their brushers.
Line's good.
See if they do that this time.
What'd you get, John?
It's always straight.
It had been inside the whole time and it didn't bury.
Line's good.
Go line. Whoa.
Line's good.
They need to get
Drop
tight
back
to the
forward.
guard.
Line's good. Curl.
Switch.
There's this
Curl.
call to switch.
John's.
Curl,
Get
let
it going,
John go
hard.
inside. Now they got to take it back as deep as they
Hard.
can. It looks a little light again.
John all the way.
Hard, John.
Just
Hard.
John.
Go,
Yep.
go,
Take
go,
that
go,
as
go,
far
go.
as they
Yep, hard.
can.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it
No
going.
concern about being behind the T-line. You'd like to be.
Sorry.
They might like to be just a hair deeper to make sure they have room for one themselves, but I think they still do. Room for 2.
Yeah, like should have a pretty easy shot for 1.
I think so.
Even if we just peel it off.
Yeah. Let's just note, perfect is here so that it pops open to the 8-foot, right?
Well, nose almost pops open. It's over buried by like just a hair,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
like I
think it's
99 100ths high.
I think it's
is
edge
perfect,
with 9.
but- Okay.
99 100ths high. I'll wait for you to give that direction this week, Ariel.
Well, you probably won't hear
so.
that
I mean,
one out of me.
Even on my best day, I don't know
if
if
we
I
kick it
was
further
99
under,
100ths high. I'm
it's
going to
not that
run
bad.
back. But
What we don't wanna
so
do
he's
is, like,
playing the
dead
straight run
close,
back,
'cause then they can freeze and be shot.
thinking that even if he misses the run back, he at least might give himself a better chance to score in his last.
We have our first final over on sheet 7. Riley Fenson takes the
Whoa.
9-2 win over Corbett.
No, Chris.
Never.
So
Well,
Fenson
straight,
1-0,
straight,
Corbett
straight.
0-1.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep.
Now they're just playing the straight peel. They might bump in one of their own.
Now it's actually easy, I think. I think it just goes if I slash it.
We're out counting it. This fun.
I think it's either we hammer it high, and I'm pretty sure it drags right through, but I'd hate, well,
I would be.
I'm pretty sure, but I'd hate to be wrong.
No,
It's
just
either
like
that
this
or
better.
it's right here, right?
I like this better.
Yeah,
Personally,
it just
light,
this
you have a
sucks.
guard.
I guess.
Just take a hair less ice, right?
So that was a hard carve to there, right? And we
Yeah.
need it to be a full rock over.
Yeah.
We took here, right?
Yeah.
So is it here?
I think so.
Yeah, we just gotta tuck a piece under.
Yep.
So Luke Violette
Guys like
looked
this?
at the
I'm
double here
90% sure
on the top.
Yep, just want to tuck a piece of it.
I prefer this shot. I don't know about you, Ariel, but they are currently lying first and
A
third
little
shot.
left, Chase. We gotta
Violette.
make sure I'd rather
Second
bounce
shot
it.
belongs to Stephen Birklid.
Hang it.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure we're there.
Yeah, I
maybe
like
2
where
feet
he's
in-
trying
well,
to put
same
this.
weight,
It really
same
puts
weight.
the pressure on drawing to the pin for
What
Steven.
split was that?
That's what I think. In a
This
game
last
you're
one.
down 5-4 in the 7th end, you make this shot, half bury it behind those staggered yellows, and you really put a lot of pressure on Stephen. And may find yourself quickly
Similar ad.
tied or in the lead.
I agree.
Line's
It might have
good.
been a hair less ad.
Just clean. Okay, just clean. Line's good.
Line's close.
Important their second
that's
shot
fine.
here, though.
Line's really good.
Okay, all you. Line's really good. Up.
It should dig a little more here.
Line
Stop
looks
it.
pretty good.
That's fine. Close. Yep.
Close, Ben. Yes.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes, you're by it.
Definitely don't want to wreck.
No, it's fine. We gotta be under. Good.
Good. Figured I'd give you boys a break.
So Luke Violette, and they have swept a lot of rocks. They have their miss throughout the game for Team Violette seems to have been light. Would you agree, Ariel?
Yes.
So Luke threw that one to the spot.
Seems to be that way on both teams for today.
Luke Violette's a young man, but he's preparing already for seniors curling, where you want to just throw it to the spot.
So Birklid here, draw to the 4-foot, and pick up his single. Got a little backing.
He can score if he comes to that back one. Of course, he doesn't want to have that in his head too much.
Pretty good, though.
Really just wants to throw T-line and let his brushers guide it in.
Okay, well then. Okay. Stop.
Oh.
He's been heavy on misses, Steven. This has some curling to do.
Clean, you're good.
I don't know if I'd quite say you're good yet, but he is close to no.
Oh, no.
That was an optimistic you're good. A steal of 2.
Wow. And so Violette going to take a 1-point lead into the 8th end, surprisingly, after struggling much of this game. Now has a 1-point lead as we head into the 8th right after this.
No matter what speed you're comfortable with, the G50 line has a shoe for you.
That's comfortable and stylish.
When it was time to get his first pair of curling shoes, we went with Goal Line. Now it's time for the G50.
Looks great, but it grips better than anything.
Man, this is a light curling shoe.
These remind me of why I like to play the game.
This is actually the most comfortable curling shoe I have ever owned. It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And we're back here, 8th end. Luke Violette now with a 6-5 lead on Stephen Birklid. Birklid's going to have the hammer here playing the Yellow Stones.
16.
We're going to send it over for
I
our
think you
second
can go.
price check of the afternoon.
Right here.
Price, take it away.
Wait the button right here.
Yeah, thanks, Joseph.
You guys got
for
it.
our viewers that are just joining us today that may not have been with us for the mixed doubles over the weekend, want to fill everybody in about this absolutely gorgeous facility we're in here at the Wausau Curling Club. The club dates back to about the mid-1920s, but it was in October of 2011 when the vision and the plans came together for this current facility that we're in and opened in 2012, and what a magnificent facility it is. Randy Brandner, the president of the Wausau Curling Club, they've just done a fantastic job, and amenities all over the place. And the USCA board chair, Courtney Schmidt, and I were just talking, and she was telling me back over in the red zone where you guys are at over there, Joe, we're obviously in the green zone. We can't cross those lines, but I guess over in the red zone, there are some really beautiful locker rooms. There's meeting space over there, things I haven't even got to see here yet after the last few days here at the Wausau Curling Club. But it's just a spectacular facility, and just cannot say thank you enough to all the folks who have made this home for us, certainly last weekend with the McDoubles, and then all this week and clearly through the weekend as we crown a national champion on Sunday. But, shout out to everybody with that club that, membership is in the 450, 500 range approximately each year, and they are spoiled to death here at the Wausau Curling Club. So back over to you, Dean and Ariel here.
Thank you, Price. Yeah, this is a great facility. They have more theater-style viewing than I've ever seen in a typical curling club, and many thanks to them for hosting this. The ice has been terrific. Our ice tech crew, led by Sean Olson, has done the surface here. And I think what's important to note, too, is as Randy's club president noted, there's real value for the club here. They're going to learn some things about making ice in this building from the ice tech crew. They get a little buzz around curling in town, even during the pandemic. So hosting events is a benefit to clubs, and I think we're seeing that here this week.
11-2.
So we're back in the 8th end.
Yep.
Luke Violette with a big steal of 2 and 7. Now leads 6-5.
For nose.
Yep. Clean.
And a relatively open end here. I almost think, Stephen Birklid, Team Birklid, they really need an end. Maybe that's lets them regroup a little bit. He's freezing here again now, isn't he, Ariel?
Yeah, it appears so.
Yeah.
It's really important you get your 2 here.
I know he'd love to score here in 8, but there's also a path to victory or love to take more than 1 here in 8, but there's also a path to victory to take 1 here, tie it, force in 9, and have hammer coming home.
Needs a curl a bit.
He does have 2 hammers to Violette's 1 at this point.
Yeah, the important thing
I'd
is
like
to
to
have
finish if you can.
your hammer in the even ends.
Yep. Yep. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more.
So
good.
Looks like delay corner guard, so to speak, here.
Yeah, I thought the call was freeze, but perhaps it was a corner guard. They seemed pretty comfortable with it as it came down, and from where it ended up, that seems like what the ice might have been. But yeah, he's gambling here a little bit in the hope that Team Violette will miss one of these peels.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Girl.
Sounds slightly nervous. Oh, and he just tickles his own. Almost lost his other one.
Separated those stones a little bit more now.
That was one of those peels when as a sweeper you're hoping to hear a clean at some point instead of a right off. A lot of my peels were right off as I let them go.
Here, Les.
Didn't get many opportunities to play peels, did you?
Well, I did play second in the end for Heath McCormick. I played a lot of second,
you're good.
But yeah, I played a lot of lead as well.
Higher, 1.5.
Yeah, deep
It's
as
a
you can
good
get
position.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Mine's
I
really
think
good.
anybody out there is listening. If you're
Okay.
playing lead, you have to accept that it's not going to be as exciting shot making, and take pride in being incredibly consistent. And you know, one of the reasons I committed myself to brushing well was that I wanted to get as much. Have as much to keep me interested throughout a game, and brushing was another thing that kept me interested. So being a good brusher, knowing paths, have to keep your mind active and engaged. Looks like Todd Burr is down 9-2 now to Rich Roon, and I would expect that to be the last end over in that game. And Dunham is now up 9-5 on Team Persinger.
That Dunham team is a young and talented team.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make a lot of shots and win a lot of games this year. It's Scott Dunham, Hunter Clausen, Cody Klauser, and Andrew Dunham. So yeah, they'll be tough all week.
Good.
Makes you wonder though if Persinger might shuffle the lineup a little bit, trying to figure out what works best.
Well, I'm sure they'll be searching throughout the week.
Yeah, Chase did.
So Violette in a good opportunity here for a force. If this end unfolds as it's looking like it will.
Clean, yep.
Key thing here for Team Violette is to not leave an easy double for Birklid.
Whoa.
And to stick around. That's going to be...
Great shot, Chase. Sorry, man.
Almost tried to make it too good, and in the end it is excellent though.
Get a nice little roll back in there.
Yeah, spun in a little bit on the last rotation, and they're dead even, and a lot of real estate between these two stones.
Yeah, Birklid's going to need a rollout in order to blank this end.
At this point, that's what it looks like. Here's Sam Gailey with his last, just hoping to hit and stick. He could elect a freeze here as well.
Chris.
And force Luke to blast one. And at least keep the blank alive if he wanted that.
Like this should be similar, but it seems to just go a little more after it bites. I think it's.
I think you have the same ice.
Yeah. I mean, we got some room now, right?
Yeah.
It's probably wishful thinking to hope for a rollout.
11-9, by the way.
Okay.
First game here at the Nationals, we've seen both teams struggle a little bit.
I clocked him out in 11-9 on his last one. I can't.
Little update from sheet 4.
I don't want to say
Jed
that this
Brundage
goes
not
more
going
here
away
yet,
against
but
Corey Dropkin. He came back with a 3. Now trails 9-7, playing the 8th end. 9-7 without the hammer.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Brundage plays this year. 2 years ago, they had all the touch in the world, and were contending. And then last year struggled a bit.
Down, clean. Whoa, whoa, girl.
If you haven't seen a Jed Brundage slide, you're in for a treat when they get on the feature sheet.
Hard.
Yeah, Jed has
That's good.
has a tuck that's actually a fairly old school tuck too. It's not even the tuck we see a little bit more of these days.
9.
I won't try to describe it. I'll just let people see it.
Looks like Steven's going to take a rip at this.
Yeah, I mean, and why not? Even if he rolls over close enough to force
9.
Luke to make into a more difficult shot. Throwing 9 seconds at it. I'm surprised he's not maybe trying to throw it a little bit harder. And as I expected, Todd Burr conceding to Rich Ruinen over on sheet 4, so that's a win for Team Ruinen.
Clean. Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Yes.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes.
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 Hard.
Yes.
Hard. No
Play
roll.
the big roll over there. Just a
go
hair
right
too
under
thin. I
there.
think he was thinking with a quieter weight, he could just roll over in the general vicinity.
Here, maybe?
Ariel, is that what your take on that?
Honestly, like T-line.
Yeah,
I
I
kinda
think just a little
almost want
bit.
him
You wanted to be a little
like
bit
not-
lighter.
Yeah.
If you do, then I would say try to go either.
What's if you're throwing more weight, the one advantage is you could hit
That's,
your
a fair
margin
amount
of error
more.
actually, and how much of the rock you hit
I like this
becomes
ice.
a little better.
Actually,
Yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
more. Yeah, a little
You
more.
can get a bigger roll that way too.
I just want to draw back 8, make him throw.
So Luke Violette looking to
Or
just
let him
split the
drop some.
rings here and force Stephen Birklid to 1. That would make it
Unless you guys
6-6
don't like
heading to
the-
the ninth
don't know.
end.
Here.
Violet
It
with
should be the
hammer.
same, right? Because, yeah, Chris threw his garden, so. Yeah. So I think 25, right? 20. Yep.
So this end got off to a tough start for Birklid when their first rock of the end slid into the rings.
Good ad. Big ad.
Line's good.
Right off. If it's a big time,
This
right off.
shows you how important those lead
T-line's
stones
fine.
are. Sometimes you can't even get out of it if you make
Careful
one
this
mistake
one,
early.
boys.
Okay, careful.
True enough.
Okay, just be careful.
A little big, but it should come off as it starts
Okay,
to curl. The
just
weight
here.
should come off.
Okay. Just on its own, as long as it stops. Sit.
As long as it stops, I would say that's a fair assessment of this situation.
Ooh.
And it just stops.
Careful on those.
But it's good enough to force Stephen Birklid to a draw for 1 and to tie the game here in the 8th end. He just
Same
needs
speed.
to touch the 8, certainly does it. A little better than full 12 would do
You
it.
guys can carry this.
Seen him be a bit heavy on these 8 stones.
Yeah, he has thrown the 8 stone heavy twice, but judging from the reaction of the sweepers, I don't know if it was the stone or operator error. I'm tending to think it was operator error. But he's a good draw player, so I would expect him to make this.
Line's good for button. Line's good for button.
Sweepers are liking it.
They're just cleaning right now, not exactly
14-7.
Oh, this is moving too.
fully engaged with
Jesus,
it.
guys.
Steven a little bit frustrated there. Is it going to stick around? Is it going to stick around?
Yellow.
Ooh.
It's going to be close.
It's close, and I'd hate to make a... What do you think, Ariel? I'd hate to make a prediction from my vantage point. From our vantage point, it looks like red, but we could be way off. I think they can remove that other one.
Yeah.
But we're going to put the laser on it here. Incredibly high tech. Wow, and from that, we'll see how that holds up.
We don't know if the cameras are directly over the pin. We don't think they are. So, but this is my estimate.
So if you went with Joe's science, Joe Calabrese's science, you would say it's one yellow. But we will get a chance to see the rock measured here.
It's close. I just said yellow.
Keith Scott, the umpire from Triangle Curling Club in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, one of our new clubs. Newish clubs.
Keep trying to train these guys to not put their heads over the meter.
Yeah, it's exciting when you can see the gauge I'm thinking it's looks like yellow. No, one red.
Oh, you see, the laser scan is off. So going to be a steal on one here for Violette. Going to take a 2-point lead as we head into the 9th when we come back right after this.
The Curling in the Gym program is a great way to teach kids about the sport. Member clubs and youth organizations can borrow equipment, including rolling stones, target mats, brooms, and lesson plans from USA Curling for free. Contact the national office at 888-CURLERS to learn more.
And we're back here in 9th end. Luke Violette with a 2-point lead over Stephen Birklid.
I think you can go. 16-3.
You have to feel a little bit for Team Birklid because, you know, they really outplayed Violette, especially through the first half of the game. And just a couple of untimely misses from Stephen. And you know, part of that, I think, is just the fact they haven't been able to get much time on the ice during this COVID year. And certainly I know myself, if I don't play a lot, feel is a difficult thing.
2-1.
So,
you know, you look back to that draw that Stephen put through through the house that allowed Luke to make that slash double. Where Birklid had a chance for 3.
Yeah, the whole end they had a chance for 3. Yeah. I mean, they made a lot of good shots to prevent a double, and then, you know, all of a sudden they're giving, you know, they have 2 misses and that's over. So yeah, they've you have to feel for them a little bit because they came out and started playing really well, and now
you like this?
Now they find themselves down 2 with the hammer in the 9th end. So
in the side by side, you're seeing Dropkin with a 2-point lead over Brundage. Dropkin's got the hammer.
Line's tight.
From our perspective, I'm not sure. It looks like a draw for 3.
3 already.
I think this is just the first of his skip stones, though.
Well, then it's hardly a draw for 3, is it, Joe?
No, not quite yet.
It's a draw to lie 3, perhaps.
I think you're down to it, to be honest. 15-6.
In fairness, we have this whole sheet covered. I'm in one end, you're in the other.
Yep.
Between the two of us, we should be able to see something.
Exactly. I do have a pillar directly here that makes it challenging at times, but we have Luke Violette putting 2 rocks into the forefoot. He didn't wanted them stacked, not quite the pocket he created, but certainly the way you typically play the 9th end when you're up 2. He has left a bit of a pocket here, though. We'll see if Chris Bond can put one into that pocket and start the business of manufacturing a 2 or more.
Easy. Sam's rock. Sam's rock.
Got to go.
I know, go then. The line's starting to get good. It's starting to get really good.
It's not there.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Whoa.
You know, Dean, in this situation, in the Violette Birklid game, like that stone, it's so important to keep
12?
that in play.
Sure.
Like
Just
you
hit
see
it
a
hair
lot
high.
of club players will play some sort of hit because they get nervous about rocks in the forefoot.
Right.
I don't mind it with that.
Actually
in play.
overswept
I think
it a
it's important.
bit. They probably should have swept it a little bit for curl, and if it's on the inside of that other rock would be better. Looks like Luke is just going to try to unlock this.
It's a down weight.
Interesting.
Line's
I
a
thought he
little
might
tight.
take
back 8.
take a crack at it with big weight and spill a lot of things.
Yep,
but
line. Back 8. Clean. Whoa. Just back 8. Back
But
12.
he's going to come in there as well.
Yep.
Back 8 weight.
Clean. It's okay, Ben. That's good.
Really good. You know, switch and.
So I guess the decision there that was made was they may not get it to move with big weight. So
Think so.
probably does put them in a better position than jamming it
If you
with
go
big weight.
here, you line this up, right? So, right there. Don't quite want to come here.
Does sort of leave
Think we gotta
a
come
lot
this
of junk
direction.
there, though, that Steven can work with.
Yeah, I mean, Steven Birklid right now is thinking if he puts it where he tapped his broom, Ariel, he thinks that then it will jam on that back red. I think what Luke Violette is considering is he could still tack it with the other angle, slash his own
Close. Pretty
slash
close.
his own
Maybe
redstone
need some.
onto it.
I like it.
I think we got to go.
Yep.
Sweepers
Really
think they need
tight,
to brush for
or
weight.
light.
Keep going.
3.
I know you can carry it. Come on.
Chris, take it.
Keep going.
Things
Go,
are coming
Chris,
down
go.
to last rock
Go, Chris,
over
go.
in the 8th end and Dropkin Brundage. Brundage makes a really nice corner freeze. Sitting shot stone.
He has. That was a game on the line freeze as well, looking at the setup of that house.
I think so.
Just throw peel on the nose. We'll lose the one, but that's fine.
So now Luke will throw this harder.
I mean, this is almost there to kill everything, but then they come around the corner. I like this. Peel on the nose. Hair high's okay.
Might come off and jam
This
on the
way,
back
up,
red, but I.
Clean.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's fine.
Ooh.
So that certainly creates a fair amount of separation.
I think it's okay.
I think that shot is best described as fireworks.
Yeah.
Just exploding in all directions.
This was the one to sweep.
So who do you think is shot stone here, Dean?
It's really close. I can't quite tell.
Well, after red. I'm sorry, second stone.
Either
Second
way,
shot,
we're freezing this.
We're going
I'm
here,
leaning
right?
yellow,
Yeah.
but I don't think Luke Violette is too unhappy with that result.
Yeah, not too much.
Even if he is third shot. So
yeah,
Steven,
he's got plenty to work with.
yeah, Steven Birklid is going to start to freeze here. Does have some rocks in the back that he can use.
You know, I think it's
Back 4 depth. Line's good. Line's a little tight.
Over on sheet 8, we're looking at Corey Dropkin's last stone. He's throwing big
Gotta
weight,
go.
going to try to
Hurry.
chisel out this great freeze that Jed Brundage just threw. This rock is moving. It's close. We need to make it curl just a bit. Oh, and he does a terrific shot to take 2.
Okay.
So Birklid stone comes up a bit.
Hard to tell between these
overcurls
two,
a bit.
but we're at least
Actually,
hitting those two.
Punches
I like nose on the left one, or that
another
one.
redstone in.
I don't mind it, but they're just going to play this.
Yeah.
So we could try to beat him here, but then it doesn't help much.
I don't like that.
Like, we could try this, but that gets really dicey.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's probably this.
I like that.
I'm going to call firm. If we can get it to here, that's okay, but nose is fine.
Yeah, they can't roll
Exactly.
too far and risk jamming it onto their own red. So I think nose is a pretty good result here.
Yeah, it starts to get really tricky when you have lots of stuff behind the tee line.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Clean. Yep.
Close. Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Curl.
Done.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't think you'd ever want to flirt with the jam, so there is a rock in the back there that would be behind staggered guards. So
I think you have to come all the way to it.
obviously Team Birklid's going to need a couple mistakes here, or a mistake. But they can put some pressure on here.
These two on the left are staggered. You can draw down to that back one.
Yeah, that staggered situation with the yellow as the viewer looks at it on the right, and the red behind it. Here comes Sam Gailey with his first of the end. Needs a big shot here for his
Easy.
team.
I think it's close.
We've definitely got room.
Room early.
Clean. Clean.
Room early.
Line's close. Make sure it's here. Yep. Whoa, room.
Whoa,
It's
no
gotta
tap.
curl now.
Got
That's
to curl
right.
quite a ways. So
Yeah,
they're
I
going to
know.
bring
Go.
Chris
No
Bond in,
tap.
try to
Whoa,
carve
whoa,
it
whoa,
over.
whoa, whoa,
No tap.
whoa, 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 whoa. I know.
Doesn't absolutely have to be there, and I think that's why Steven Birklid called them off.
You could just pick it and kill the back one. But if you stick it, it sucks. I'd say it's either that or you can play this, but that gets dicey.
I have 3/4 of the yellow.
Okay, the pick's thin though. You gotta basically just touch it over. With like a quarter probably just gets it.
Not bad.
You probably have this, but I hate sticking it here.
It's bad if we hit the yellow in though.
We could just peel the yellow through here.
Yeah.
We can draw to it. They bump it. And then this, actually it's kind of bad. They bump it and this sits right here. I mean, we have this. All right, we can draw to it. Yeah, timeout.
After a lot of discussion, they're going to have a timeout and discuss this. Looks like their coach,
That's what
Jordan Moulton, is going to make her way to the ice as well, down to the other end.
I mean, because here, we come here, right?
Yeah.
He bounces it, unlocks. Either way, this sits right here. Ain't going anywhere. We freeze again, and we're just off. He hammers it for 3. I don't either. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah.
And we might, I think it's, well, no, that could stick.
I think that always jams here anyway.
Well, but jamming that's actually good.
Yeah. This is always under the red.
Oh, well, we have a nose double. Or that's gone, right?
We get rid of the yellow.
We can also, like, this is definitely there.
But it's risky if you jam it.
Like, that kills the end. Well, you can hammer what you can see high, and me either. We could also play like hack and like nose it, but if we have again high sucks.
Then we're in trouble. I mean, my instinct was the red into it, but then if you ever jam the yellow.
If you're feeling this chase, like that's then that kills the rent if you make it.
We can play
I'm
like
okay
a
with that.
Play like a normal?
There's a good chance you hit it here and it touches this.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm thinking you throw enough weight so if it does that, you still lose it. We don't necessarily want to stick ours.
Yeah.
So I think you throw peel. They bump it, and like if we're here and they bump it on the nose, this sits here and then they sit on that, and we have to guard for our lives. I like that. That's what I like.
Thanks,
most.
Jordan.
Do you like that too?
That's my inch.
We're playing this. I like the thought, John.
I favor
Chase,
the red slash
Chase,
as
call your
well.
shot
The
here.
first call that Luke made was the thin
like
pick,
peel,
which seems really tough to me, over the top of the rock that's
I'm good with
offsetting
I don't think
it there.
mine's gonna fade much.
You risk jamming
Okay,
that.
I think this is a really straight spot.
Okay.
It could easily jam.
So I like this.
Whatever you think, I like that ice.
Really, the only bad
sweep there,
scenario
John.
here is the tickle of the yellow one punching it in, right? And even then, you've opened up this other shot.
There's
So
a good chance it's gonna tap the back red peel.
So
There's a good
the
chance
error
it
here
touches
is
the
to
back red, so we may as
be
well make sure the
inside,
yellow
right?
goes.
yeah, I would think missing everything wide would be the worst miss. I think you could almost peel that high yellow out without jamming it as well. So Chase
Whoa.
Sinnott,
Whoa.
maybe a touch
Close.
positive.
Curl.
Calling for a curl brushing
Hard.
here.
Hard, it's close.
It's close though.
Hard.
It's very close.
Nice, buddy.
There it is. Yeah, I like
Wow,
that
one
shot.
easy. We had a lot of
shot
room
made
there.
by Chase.
Well played, well thought out. They eliminated the first two shots they considered, the really thin pick and the freeze.
What? Yeah.
Now Team Birklid and Sam Gailey, they will try to freeze to the back red.
Nice.
As indicated with our telestrator by Joe Calabrese in the booth. Thank you, Joe.
Close. Clean then. Be patient.
Yeah.
Clean.
Stay
Line's
close,
really
Chris.
good. Line's
Stay close,
really
Chris.
good.
First time we saw that was 2012 with Ben Tucker up in the booth in Philadelphia. Shout out to Ben.
Hard! Whoa! Whoa!
Really curling.
Line looks good, though. They are by now. Now they just don't want to bounce.
That'll do.
Still a hair of a bounce, but they're shot stone.
Yeah, good shot, and they didn't lose too much. The angle's still pretty good for them.
I mean, over the top is probably best. Oh, then they can freeze on that other one.
Yeah, I think you just throw the nose.
Yep.
What do you want to throw, Peel?
Yeah, a little more. It's going to fade. I like that. Okay. Like, it's just going to fade a tad.
Yeah.
I'll throw a hard Peel.
Okay.
So Luke Violette, thinking he hits this on the nose, makes this long double.
Yes.
And
yeah, like a bit
you could
heavy,
freeze
though,
here as
'cause
well.
I want to make sure we don't stuff it around. So probably like a 5-5.
Could freeze or come around. But I think when you're up 2, playing the ninth end, this is the call. And certainly the kind of shot that Luke is comfortable throwing. Here we go, rock on its way.
Oh, it's fade so much.
Okay.
It's going to be a straight peel. So now Stephen Birklid here has Team Birklid
I
has
don't
a
think we even.
good chance to take 2 and tie this game up.
If we like leave it here, there's no double.
True.
So I don't think we want to go too crazy. Like
You know, Ariel, what do you think about this
All the way
situation?
around.
Sometimes
Yeah,
when you're up
end
2,
up
you
like-
play
like
so
he just has this
conservatively
anyway,
to not
so,
give up the big
like,
end. You
as long as
almost
we're here, even
give the
here,
other
like,
team
the
an
double
easy
jams
deuce.
A lot of the time.
So you want to go here?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a little extra.
I like it.
I mean, I don't think any of the shots they called were wrong, but often you're thinking, well, the worst thing to do would be to give up a 3
How'd the
here.
speed on this line feel for
If
you,
they only
Guard?
give up 2, they retain control of the game. They'll tied with last rock. You should win
Like
a
top
large
4.
percentage of the time.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to tuck a corner.
An overwhelming percentage of the time, I guess. Joe, do you have the stats on that? Tied with last rock?
Oh, I think it's. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it's well over 70, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely all about having that momentum in the last end. Moving
We're a little
forward.
tight. I think it's
When
okay
it's me,
though.
it's more like 40%.
Yep. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair assessment. I'll give you 50, Joe. You got at least a 50-50
Line's
chance.
good.
Line looks
Line's
very
good.
good. Steven struggled with his weight the last couple ends, but this looks like it's pretty close.
This is
Don't
gonna
want to
die.
bounce here.
Okay. Jesus.
Give it a good killing.
So there's no double here.
Two-thirds.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're playing the double.
Hmm.
I think Luke thinks there's a double here.
I think 2/3 is really good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah, we'll see here.
He has like,
Pretty tough.
I call it nuclear weight.
Yeah.
You know?
Outturn. Make sure we give it a
He
good
also has
kick
to hit
when
it
we
at the right angle and not put it onto that other red, but I guess he doesn't even actually have to spill the second red out of the rings. He just has to move it far enough to light 2. We'll see. Guess we'll see a big extension here.
Close. Yep.
No, not huge.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa.
Close. They think they're close.
Look at that.
There you go.
These
And
young
that's-
kids with their effortless peel weight.
That's a big shot by Luke Violette. He has really improved his own play in the latter half of this game, and I think he's been the difference. So now Stephen Birklid has an open draw, but against 5. Open draw against a Mitful. Needs to score 1 to keep this game going into the play the 10th end down 1.
Pretty big ad.
Sweepers seem to
Line's
like
good.
it.
They're on it
Not
early.
cracking, so-
Steven
Line's good.
indicated that he
Still on the
added
tape.
quite a bit, but the sweepers are on it. Of course, he can come to that back red
You need
one,
me help?
that back red stone.
15-3 should be fine.
So 15-3, that's the
Made
time
one.
between the hog lines.
Made a draw. Let's go. We're back.
So Steven
Right on
picks
the
up a
pin.
single here in the 9th end. He's going to be down 1 without hammer when we come back right after this.
USA Curling aims to provide continued programming to grassroots, junior, and diversity and inclusion initiatives. Support the future of curling in the United States by making a donation at usacurling.org/donate.
As we pick up our feature matchup here in the 10th end, we're going to go side by side with Dropkin and Brundage. Brundage down 4.
2. Easy.
You know, Brundage is down 4, but they've showed some resilience in that game. They gave up a 4 and answered with 3 later on. They scored 2 3-enders in the game. So, and Corey Dropkin made a terrific shot to score 2 in the last end.
And we have a final over on sheet 6. Where Dunham picks up a big win, 12-5 over Persinger.
So interesting with the Dunham team. I think this is their. I don't know. They've been coming to nationals for a while, and one of the things I found playing was you just keep showing up, and you get a little better at it. So every year they've improved, and that's a good start for them.
Yeah, I was looking at the team lists prior to the event, and one of the things I really like about their team, Dunham, and actually Birklid's team, there's a lot of continuity between their teams from year to year. I think that's an important thing.
2.
Yeah, I like seeing that team back together. I saw them a lot in juniors too.
Jed Brundage over there on sheet 4 is trying to figure out how he's going to manufacture something here. He's looking at, from the way he's motioning with his broom, either that double or the freeze. I think he's going to elect to play the freeze.
These are the only 2 games left out on the ice.
I'd like
Chris
you to
Bond,
go for line.
lead for Team Birklid in our game. Throwing a guard.
All right, clean. Just clean.
We're just 1.5.
That's okay.
We're close to 2.
They're still ticking it anyway. So.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
So over on.
I don't either.
In our in the other game we're showing on sheet 4, this is Jed Brundage's first
I need
stone
a
of the
little less
9th
weight.
end. Trails 11-7.
Got it. I got 96.
He's trying the freeze to the back stone that belongs to Corey Dropkin.
Same weight. Same weight.
They're really leaning on it over there. They're close. He made a great freeze in the last end. And another awfully good freeze for Jed Brundage over on sheet 4.
The intern freeze seems to be his shot.
In our feature game, I think that's the second of 2 ticks for John Harstad.
Not a bad
2
throw.
great ticks by John Harstad. Luke says not a bad throw. Maybe it was an artistic release rather than a technically pure one, but the result is good. Open rings.
Yeah.
One of the things that you got to like about this this club is their sheets are extremely forgiving on those ticks because they're full width.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when they built this club, they
1, 2.
put in 8
Line's
sheets and
closed.
elected to make it the full World
Line's
Curling
really good.
Federation width. A lot of our
1.5, 2.
older
As high as
facilities
possible.
Yeah.
all over
Don't
curling
leaning it over. Yeah, that's fine.
squeeze a few
Dust
in
it
there.
down. Good. Oh boy.
So this is Jed Brundage's last over on sheet 4. He has a draw to the full 4-foot for 2.
Pick half.
Corey Dropkin elected just to remove another Brundage stone and avoid a 3. So conceding a 2. So he comes, Corey Dropkin,
Clean.
thinking he's comfortable coming
Clean.
home up 2
Clean. Close.
with hammer,
Whoa.
which is hard logic to argue against.
Yeah, I always like to be in that position.
I like to be up 4, actually. Up 4
even
width
better.
is my favorite position.
Let's go like here.
So here's Brundage's stone coming in.
More hairline. It's fine.
Cleaning, he's, from what we've seen in our
Like a 2
look-ins,
this
he's had
time.
terrific draw weight.
A
It
deep
looks
one.
like he's good again.
Okay. Yeah.
So Brundage will be down 2 without Hammer in the 10th. Back to our feature matchup here.
Line's
Negative.
okay. Gonna need to curl.
Should be close.
Gonna need to curl.
Okay.
Some people may have been
Basically shooting
wondering
for right here.
if they watched
Yeah, we're
earlier, we
close.
didn't have sensor handles in mixed doubles, and there are sensor handles on the ice now. In mixed doubles, an extra sheet was in play, and USA Curling only has 5 sheets of sensor handles. So it was determined that it would be unfair to have 1 sheet without sensor handles, so they went
just
without
this way.
sensor handles
Yep.
during the mixed doubles. We've got them on the rocks now for the men's and women's nationals. They might say surely USA Curling could buy another set of sensor handles. Well, right now they're in short supply due to COVID and the supply chain issues.
Yep. Clean.
I agree.
Clean,
But stop
yep.
calling
Yep.
me Shirley.
All right.
Right to it.
All right. Gotta roll.
Just peeling out stones here. It'll be tough
About
for
5 feet higher
Birklid
than
to get
that
that
one.
steal he's going to need.
It's a nice Naked Gun reference there, Joe Calabrese.
50.
So still very comfortable position right now for Violette. He is up 1 with last rock. Birklid lies 1 at the back. Sam Gailey's going to try to come around the corner guards. They're going to try to create something out in the wings.
Well then.
I think they are feeling as though another center guard, a peel would probably not be missed.
No.
I think one thing they're to think about for them is they would. You want to at least try to make Luke Violette draw against the loss versus just the tie.
Yep. Yeah. Just straight peel. Don't worry about it. Yep.
So line 2 would be one scenario. If you don't, even if they're not in the greatest position, at least
Easy.
you're making your opponent draw against the loss.
Clean. Yep.
And if this was the
Just
first
clean.
half
Yep.
of the game where
Yep.
Violette couldn't buy a draw,
Yeah.
I'd feel really great about that.
But I'm pretty confident that he makes a draw if
Yeah, I
he
think so.
needs full 12.
Yeah.
Behind T's okay.
So now Stephen Birklid's going to use the
How's this feel
Violette
to you?
stones on the left side.
Just a quick
That or an
reminder,
inch
we
more.
got
It's close,
Dunham
though.
Fenson at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's our next game. And tomorrow we got 8 a.m., noon, 4, and 8 p.m.
That's Scott Dunham against Riley Fenson. We usually have to clear up which Fenson it is
Close.
at these events.
That's true.
Room.
Line's okay.
Chris's.
Chris's rock.
Chris Bond
Line's
moving
getting
inside
good.
as a brusher.
Don't
Now the
curl it too
line I
much.
think is a little better.
Straight.
Yeah, straight.
Straight hard.
Now they're
Hurry, guys.
back to sweeping against the curl. So Chris Bond simply switched over to the
All the
other
way.
side.
Everything you got. Everything you got.
Right down.
Really an excellent shot there by Sam Gailey. Good throw. I think you'll see Luke, though,
All right,
play
this
this
one,
short
I think
run
you can play
back.
this too.
I like the first one.
Yeah. Just a hair high.
Yeah.
Feel.
Yeah, I like the straight one here. There's no reason to get cute here.
Yeah, I think Stephen Birklid would have loved that draw just a little deeper.
Clean.
Close.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Hard. Sit.
Thanks.
Nice throw.
Well done. It's nice that they wanted it to sit because now it outcounts that other yellow way in the back 12 on the
Not
right
much.
side as
Yeah.
if we're looking at it as a viewer.
So you're here?
I was just inside edge.
And that makes it less likely that Luke Violette on his last one will be drawing against the loss.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, if it comes down to it, it looks like Luke will have the full 4
This
open.
one does finish. So
Yes, full forward probably with whatever turn he wants to throw as well, which is always helps.
Keep that in
Might
mind.
even need just full 8
don't sweep
or
for
a
straight.
piece of the 4 if things unfold as we expect.
That's the thing about curling; it can go either way.
Okay, go then.
Things can often unfold, not often,
Mine's-
but sometimes not unfold the way
nice.
we expect.
do whatever you got to do. Line's good.
They're working this rock hard.
You
We
can
got
curl
room.
it.
They like
Switch
the line.
again.
They'd love this to be a little deeper than the last one.
It's got to move quite a bit.
I think it will finish hard if the weight's there, but it looks like it's not going to have enough weight to get there.
So in the side-by-side, it's showing 9th end, but it's actually
job,
an
guys.
11-9 game in the 10th end. We haven't quite gotten the update from Curling Zone yet.
Same ice, just.
So Luke
ahead,
Violette is
basically
going to
zero
have
ice.
almost the identical shot that his third Chase Sinnott just threw. He's going to try to run the red straight back. Love to make this again. He won't be drawing against the loss if he makes this, even if Stephen.
All right, just run it back again.
Even if Stephen Brundage makes a great draw on his
Birklid.
last one. Birklid, yes. It's Stephen Birklid. I'm looking at Brundage on the right. Stephen Birklid. Luke has had a great last half of this game after struggling quite a bit in the first half.
Close. Whoa.
He was put in some
Whoa.
tough situations by his
Girl.
team. He came up quite a bit short on some
All right.
draws.
All right, John.
Made
Yep.
some
All
tough
right.
shots for him.
Come on.
It's a little more
Ooh,
straightforward.
just enough to chisel that Yellowstone out. A little sigh of relief. It actually works out really well for them because now
Can we get? I think this is the one.
he's forcing Stephen Birklid into
I
a
mean, he's
really
not hitting
wide draw to get
right,
behind
Unless
any
it's,
coverage.
Like wide open.
Right.
Plus a rock or
I think
whatever.
that's
So
where we're going.
something like this.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit closer to the this way.
I would say there's almost no chance Luke Violette will
should be able to finish it hard if we
hitting
want
unless
to.
its rock is wide open.
Okay.
Both teams have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Good catch, Ariel. I didn't look at the time clocks the whole game, but yeah, they're both comfortable. Luke Violette will be throwing his last stone with 1:55 left, and they did use their timeout, but he has comfortable amount of time.
Yeah. I don't.
Line's tight. Chris's rock. Where
Line's
are
a little
we?
tight. Stephen Birklid did tighten up the ice a bit too.
Hard.
This is
Hard.
close to the guard at
Gotta be
this
full
point.
12, guys.
Getting close to the guard. Looks like it should be by though. Now they need to make sure it's shot. And I don't think it's going to be. It's short of the rings, and that will be broom taps in our feature game.
Game, guys.
So Violette going to pick up the victory here. Going to go 1-0. We're going to have a interview with Luke and the team after Price can get down there. Meanwhile, we'll check in quickly with Dropkin Brundage.
Where Brundage down 2, playing the 10th end without last rock. He does have one in the forefoot that he's been guarding for a series of shots. This is Jed's first. So Brundage can guard this again. Corey Dropkin peels. And then Corey, if he makes the peel successfully, he would have an open hit on a Brundage stone, just needing to remove it for the victory. Well, they might have changed the shot in the hack. Let's see what they're doing now.
Too bad he doesn't need an intern freeze.
Yeah, he's made a lot of great intern freezes as far as I can tell from our vantage point, but it looks as though he's going to play this out turn and try to hide as much as he can of it behind that red. I hesitate to call it a corner guard because it doesn't guard a whole lot.
Well, it looks like Luke is ready to go with Price. Let's send it down to Price for a quick interview. Price, take it away.
Yeah, down here with Luke Violette, the man of the hour, 8-6 winner over Stephen Birklid. First game, win number 1. I know it feels good. Playing somebody like Stephen, you know he likes to put a lot of rocks in play. I mean, what was kind of y'all's mindset and, thinking going into this game, knowing you're going to have to do a lot of hitting?
Well, we were hoping to be able to play a little more clean, a little more conservative early, knowing that, and it didn't quite work out that way, right? We kind of had a couple ends where we got a half shot, and then we're like, oh geez, now we kind of got to go in all in. And I think a couple of those ends, I think the end they stole 2. It did get very messy, right? And we did end up having to make shots with a little higher degree of difficulty than we had intended.
But then the shot at the end of the 9th, the double, It looked like it might be a little thin from my standpoint, but boy, you drilled it. Obviously, that held them to 1, where they could have tied it and maybe been game on there in that last end. But it was a beauty of a shot, one that I know you made 1,000 times.
Yeah, thanks. Chase made a really good line call there. Actually, we almost hit it too thick. It almost jammed on that other red of ours, and it wouldn't have quite spun out there. So that was another really good team shot there. The boys came in big down the stretch with some really good weight calls, and I think it's, we were a little flat early on in the game, and our communication is what brought us through that.
All right, Luke, congratulations. I know we'll let you get out of here. Another game coming up at 8 o'clock tonight. Awesome job.
Thanks, Bryce. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. Send it back up to you guys.
Thanks, Bryce. Thanks, Luke. And as we were having that interview, Brundage was run out of stones, and Dropkin picked up a victory. So our featured matchup was an 8-6 victory, Luke Violette over Stephen Birklid. Want to thank Dean for joining us also, Ariel Traxler for joining us in the commentary. Thanks so much. We will see you at 8 p.m. for our matchup between Scott Dunham and Riley Fenson. Thanks so much.